Not to keep them waiting. What is going on, everybody? Back with you here live on a pretty good Tuesday morning, kind of lazy Tuesday morning, but joined by Darkestnyte, and we're playing some games. We're testing out, actually not really even testing out some tools as you've had your experience with them in the past, Darkestnyte. But first of all, how are you doing? How was your 4th of July?
It's good.
All the
It was pretty
long
quiet.
weekend?
Lots of food, far too much food, and drink, and just feeling kind of lazy too, right? So
Yeah.
doing a little bit of work today, but most people are taking an extra day off, so it's just quiet.
Just quiet. Very cool. You do any like fireworks or anything like that yesterday?
No, at my age, I've seen a lifetime of fireworks, and they don't really change much. So
No,
yeah.
no, they don't. I didn't yesterday, but part of me was like, man, I haven't gone to see fireworks in like 3 years. So that being said, there were some shot right outside my window. So if I really wanted to, I could have just opened my window, and they were going through like
Yeah,
midnight last night or 1 a.m.
yeah,
But I kind of like when somebody puts in the effort to make it an art, time it with the music and all that. So
oh yeah,
there's always next year, hopefully.
yep.
So we were talking about Splintertools before we hopped in here,
Yep.
and we just got it for the guild. This is something that you had been testing out before, been using. This is my first time using it, and it seems as though it could be game changing. And one of the things that I was just getting worried about, what that I wanted to get your opinion on, is what happens if this becomes too much of a crutch for me. And
Well,
the reason I bring this up is because right now we all play within the comfort of our own homes and our own computers.
sure.
But let's say, and this is not even hypothetical, but let's say at Splinterfest, because Splinterfest is happening, there are in-person tournaments. You use the computers or whatever that is assigned there, and there's no Splintertools. So that's the first thing that came to my mind. I'm just like, all right, if I'm gonna like invest a lot of time and energy into this, what
Sure.
happens if I'm not able to use it in the future? Then I just have to go back to my old monkey brain.
That's the way it goes, right? So I haven't used it in a couple of months, right, with all the changes, and but I didn't even know that I was really even, that dependent upon it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The challenge for me is I have the collection, right? The collection should be pretty competitive.
Yep.
I'm the weakest link within my playing, right? And so the way that I play is pretty casual, right? I'll see a rule set, and I'll mostly focus on the rule set. I won't even look at not all the time, right? I won't look at my opponent, but I know that I should.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I don't look at my opponent and then I pick something that's easily countered because of the rule set and I lose, that's my fault, right? So the only thing I think that Splinter Tools does for me is it just puts in one pane all of the recent battles, and I can make an assessment based on what I'm seeing, right? If they're playing, you know, something like Lorna Shine, right? Lorna's,
Mm.
if you know to put a redemption creature in front, it just totally neutralizes that, right? So
Yeah.
it can help. But if you don't know that, and it's a surprise when you load up that combat, then you miss an opportunity. So just another tool. I'm big on tools and talent,
Yeah.
so you have to have the right tools to be competitive. And I think this is just one. You're never old enough to see fireworks.
Nope.
Very funny.
Nope. All right. Let's say hi to
Sorry.
everybody here.
Yes.
Spunos Jerry's in the house. Harris is here. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Chris is here. Ahmed is here. You're never too old to see fireworks. Ooh,
Yeah.
fellow guildmate. Hey, Dr. Crypto.
Hey,
We
guys.
just got the tool for our Darkestnyte just got the tool for the guild. So if you want to go check it out, let us know your thoughts.
Yeah. So it's good stuff. I mean, again, it's just another thing, right? Like, and the reason why I thought about it today is my win percentage just keeps on dropping, right? And my feeling is that there are a lot of tools out there
Mm-hmm.
that allow people to be more competitive. I just don't know what they are, right?
Yeah.
So this is the one that I've had experimented with in the past, just to kind of level the playing field, right? I don't want to go full bot. I hear, the Archmage bot is really good for
Yeah.
pushing your win percentage. I don't know if I'm ready to do that yet. I still enjoy playing the game too much. So
Gotcha. No, I am there with you. Um,
excuse me.
I it's a game.
Exactly. It's a game. Have
It's like
fun. Right? Exactly. Have fun.
the moment I'm gonna like outsource my enjoyment to a robot, like
Go play
I don't
something else. Yeah.
that's the
Go play
tough
something.
and so that's the tough line to draw when it comes to the whole bot thing, right? Is like,
Yeah.
again, bot neutral, and the team is bot agnostic or bot neutral, but
Yeah.
it's like, all right, well, bots are only used if you're trying to take advantage of a situation that you as a human can't. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. The bot thing doesn't excite me because it's like there's
Yeah.
maybe it's laziness. I'd like to think it's financial savviness. I'm just like, I think there's way easier ways for me to make money than
Sure.
setting up 1,000 accounts and having to manage all of that. Like,
Yeah.
just thinking about that, I'm like, oh, like I could run a bot farm and it could be profitable, but maybe it's like I'd rather just like do something else with my time.
Yeah, so again, so there's a difference between the bot farm and I think outsourcing a few of your accounts, right? Like I have like a couple of alts, no,
Hmm.
two, right? Two others. I can't get to them, right? Because I'm playing my main and my goal um, is to get to champion again, within the next day or two, right?
Hmm.
So my focus is there. But I know I'm missing an opportunity for gains on those other, competitive accounts too, right? So it's just a matter of just priority. But I understand where you're coming from.
This will probably come off a little controversial, but I feel like
Yeah.
there's no difference between one bot and the account that has like 37,000 bots. And the reason for that is, um, if you have or I have one account that
Mhm.
essentially like we choose to bot, the moment that I see it essentially being profitable, right? Like I spend X amount of dollars per month to run a bot, and I have a startup cost of like whatever cards I need to give it.
Sure.
If I want to take the time and calculate, okay, well, if I'm putting in X into this account, and even if it's just leftover cards, but if it's the value is X and I'm getting X plus Y in return, it's immediately like, well, I could scale this up over time. You know what I mean? And it's just a matter of capital at this point. So it's not really, and again, this is not hating on any of the bots or the bot farms. This is just like simple, I think, like human nature was just like, okay, well, there's more to be had there. If all I need to do is, if I can add X and always get X plus something else,
Yeah.
it'll just continue to feed itself, right? I mean, that's kind of how I'm playing the rewards cards right now. It's like I'll buy rewards cards and then I'll rent them out, or anything that I'm renting out, and then I'll take the proceeds from that and buy more rewards cards. So the rewards cards are just the bots for me, but I don't have to manage like a
Yeah.
thousand hive keys.
You have convinced me. I've started doing the same thing.
Oh, see, there you
Yeah,
go.
I've started using my rewards to buy more reward cards. So that's actually been very good. Maxed out Jared Scar, in fact, this morning with that.
Ooh, how do you
Uh,
like playing with him?
I have not played with him yet,
Oh, you
but
haven't
the
played with him
price
yet.
was
Okay.
so good. I was like, okay, let's just do this. But to your point, so the thing with the bots, if let's say you came to me and said, hey, I just set up a bot. Can
Hmm.
you delegate me cards for that? I would totally do that, right? We could split the proceeds and things like that. Like again, to your point, it seems like a lot of work. I know fundamentally it's not, right?
I know.
I just don't feel like it, right? But if you said, hey man, I'm running this experiment,
Mhm.
send me cards, I'd be like, yeah, let's go. And we would probably check every day, like, how's the bot doing, right? It would be a great experiment.
Well, like you go
But
and you're just like, oh, my bot got me like 5 more chests today, and this is
exactly.
great. This is great. 5 chests while I'm sleeping, right? So,
Yeah, I just don't want to be in charge of the bot, right? Let it do its own thing. So
so are
anyway,
you trying to tell me that you want to start a bot? You just don't want the account?
yes, well, you know how I do. So yeah, let's do that, man. Let's try it and see how it goes, and I'll send cards, and a year from now we'll go and look and
We'll
see,
go.
right?
We'll go and see when it is. Oh, we'll do a little like time capsule video, and then
Yes,
we'll come in after like Rebellion is already out. And
yes,
actually, that'd be kind of interesting.
yeah,
I am actually really glad that, well, not trying to pat myself on the back, but just all of the um, content creators out there. Like, I'm happy about myself. The fact that I'm going to be able to go back and look at a video.
oh
I'm
yeah,
almost reaching like the 1 year mark, because it's fun to go back and be like, oh my god, I got that one so wrong,
or so right,
or
right?
or I got these
Yeah,
things right. But even more so, what I love seeing are the screenshots that people will share from 2-3 years ago when
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like Lord Arianthus was going for a penny or a
Yes.
couple of cents, right? And so it's just like, okay, well now like I have how many videos that were showing the market
Oh, yeah.
in October, November, December, all the way through now, and it's just like, all right, well, 2 years from now, I'm gonna go back into this video and be like, guys,
Nailed
I
it.
was getting Pellicore Bandits for fun,
Yeah.
but they also allowed me to retire.
Yeah.
So,
Hi, this is my last video.
wasn't expecting it. Yeah, that's my last video.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I agree. So
For
let's see what
sure.
we got here.
All right. So, ooh,
Yep.
Chris, I like this take. A crutch helps you walk until you can do it yourself. From my own experience, it helps with placement
Yep.
when you see a percentage change. You know what would be interesting
I
is
agree.
if this is something that maybe new players should invest in. Oh God, I hate using that word. This is something a new player should consider using. Obviously, it's not part of the actual offering from the
Yeah.
team, but if you're just trying to understand the basics of like how to set up placement,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, you put in somebody range in the front spot and it tells you 0%. You're like, okay,
Yes.
let me try someone else.
Exactly.
Right? It's just basic things like
But
that.
that should be built into the actual game, right? If you're
Agreed.
in
Agreed.
novice or even if you're in bronze, just have it built in and it just tells you, hey, this is not an optimal placement for that
Mhm.
monster, that creature.
Did you know? So I got a lot of comments on this.
Yeah.
Did you know that there has been a pretty solid tutorial this
Yeah.
entire time?
Mhm.
I had no idea. I just
So
I never went and explored it, but the tutorial was pretty good.
it is very good. Yeah.
To me, because like it's just like we don't necessarily need. Well, like I agree with what you're saying that if this
Yeah.
tool is going to be offered by third party, then it should be offered by the team as well.
Yeah.
But I thought the tutorial was, when I watched it, I was just like, God, I wish I had watched this when I started. I wish that I'd known about it for the last like 9 months, so I could like point people in that direction.
Yeah, you can even play the tutorial
Mm-hmm.
battles, right? And which
Yeah.
is super. I think it's learn to play or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but it's really good. And sometimes when you can't, when the servers are down, I think not when the servers are down, but sometimes you can't play battles, but you got to
Yeah.
get that fix in of playing Splinterlands.
So you
It's
just go and do the
just
tutorial.
enough. It's just enough, but it's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Good morning.
Azzy Marks, what's going on? Tilly Tots, Darkest Sound in the house. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
here goes
What's
the
going
new
on,
names.
Flaviano? Team Phoenix Rising. When are we getting our Q&A with Chatter? I have no idea. I haven't reached out to him, but if you guys really want that, I could try to ask him. But wasn't Chatter on Gank stream?
No,
The
that
chat.
was somebody
I know
else.
Nate was on and Weirbeer was on. Chatter hasn't
No,
been on
and
yet.
one other person too. So.
File for bankruptcy. Oh no, that's my livelihood is not based on Pellicore Bandits. In fact, I've stopped buying them. I have stopped buying them because, as I said, I will only pay for them if they are a penny. Oh, they're back down to a penny, so I guess I'm gonna start buying
Yeah,
them again.
yeah. I mean, but here's the thing, right? There's so many. I mean, the Pellicore Bandits are going to be good, right? But there's so many other cards which we know are going to. We were talking about this morning on the phone, right?
Mhm.
Looking at Venacor Kinjo, right? It's very similar to other cards from previous rewards
Ooh,
sets, right?
let's
Yeah.
share that insight with the group. I'll pull up my screen here
Yeah.
so people can see, because there was a specific card that you were comparing it to,
Yeah.
and
So
so we were getting a little optimistic with maybe like price appreciation, but I think just looking at this from a game standpoint, I think that both cards have a lot to offer. And so you're comparing it to this Fallen Spectre here.
yes, let me see. That was a reward card, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a reward card. There it is. Yeah, so it's very similar in terms of the support, right? It's two cast legendary,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it gives demoralize, blindness, which is fantastic, and headwinds, right? And it flies. So
It's just a great support card
it's a
overall.
great support card. Now pull up Kenjo.
So let's go back to, so these are both legendaries, but one, and
Legendary
Kinjo
reward cards,
specifically,
right? Yep.
is neutral. So there's a lot more optionality with it.
Yep. So look at that. So again, lots of utility there, right? It has immunity, right? So during those poison
Poison
everywhere
resistance, yeah.
matches, it means it's going to survive. It has shield, so against blast, it's gonna stick around for that entire battle, depending on where you
Mhm.
place it. But slow is always, the speed meta is always good, and amplify is huge, right?
Yeah.
So it's just the interesting part about Amplify is it gives cards that don't have an attack, right? So if you look at Almo Cambio, if you do anything to that card, right, that's non-melee,
Yeah.
right, it's gonna hit you back for a ton of damage. So it's good
No,
stuff.
agreed. Reflection shield is also something that I feel like is starting to get a lot
Oh yeah, it's
more
everywhere.
usage. So, I always just kept thinking about it from a blast perspective, but who was that? I was going up against a Tidebiter, and the Tidebiter kept hitting my cursed Wendeku, who has thorns, and not
Yes,
taking any damage.
no
And
damage.
it's funny
Exactly.
because like at the beginning of the match, I was just like, oh, all right, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. They're all gonna die to like thorns. And then I still ended up winning, but that was the first time I'd come across like,
Right.
oh, okay, there's definitely other utilities for this. And so, yeah.
In fact, I have to, when I'm using Jotun, I almost always have to now use Scattershot to hit the back, right?
Because they know what's coming, right? So, oh, that's an interesting thing because I know that you've been big on Bloodmaker. Is that the name of the
Yes,
card?
and also Gem Meteor together, right?
And Gem Meteor. Okay, so just being able to spray that all around. So those have been kind of very well paired for someone like
Oh
Jotun.
yeah, oh yeah. So it's interesting, right? So again, it's and the life is low on this guy, right? So he'll draw out
Hmm.
what is it? He'll draw out the what is that? Equal opportunity, the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So they'll draw those out sometimes. So there's just so much goodness in that card, just in terms of the utility for it. So,
So, okay. Well, we're getting some comments here. What do you use him for? Like right now, what are some of the use cases you've
oh,
used him
so
for?
how I use him, that card specifically, is if I do my Jotun battle with the Serpentine Warrior, right? So
Hmm.
it's the amplify that I want on that one, right? Also, typically, if I'm playing Jotun at my level, I'm going to go against another Jotun, right? So you put him in the second spot, so the rest of your team doesn't get wiped out from the blast,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, the other piece of it. Poison, I almost always put him in a poison rule set, right? Hopefully he can outlast the effects of the poison. So
Yeah. He just provides a lot of other great things with like slow
magic
and
reflect,
amplify.
right? I use
Hmm.
Oster Rotwell a lot. Right? He
He's
ups
great for
that
that.
damage
Yeah.
by 50%. So there's lots and lots of utility.
Gotcha. All right. Hold on. Let's catch up here. So
Oh, Godzilla's here.
yeah. Oh, Godzilla's in the house. What's going on, Godzilla? All right. Maxim saying, do you think it's bad playing under 50% capture rate? I'll let
Well,
Darkestnyte answer that.
I'm at 16.26% right now. So
Wow.
I think it's awesome to play below that.
Maxim, here's the thing, right? Like, if you're going for efficiency, then sure, like playing under 50% sucks. But if you're playing because you love the game, just know that your ECR will never actually go to zero, so you will always get something out of it. Now, do the law of diminishing returns comes in? Yeah, it does, but it's like you still get something, still get some DEC, still get some reward shares. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. Good morning, After Dark. What's going on, Randy K? Everyone changed the top chat to live chat. Oh, well, thank you. Smash that like. The Conjurers will be more expensive than the Bandits. I can bet it. What do you think, Darkestnyte? Am I backing the wrong horse here?
Well, for a penny, you can back them both, right? So I went in on Conjurers, so I agree with that. But they're both great cards. But I
Yeah.
think with the Grandmaster Wrath, we're going to say
Ugh.
Wraith today or Wrath? Which one?
We're going Wrath.
We'll go with Wrath. So
Wrath sounds
Grandmaster
cool.
Wrath, I think the Pellicore Conjurers will be on fire. But there's plenty of them out there, right? So for now, I mean, they're still going to be a penny, right? They're not going to jump in price or anything like that. I don't think.
I think it's a great combination.
Yeah, it's a fantastic combination, and it's the Conjurers are used right now, even without Wrath, right? So it's a good solid card. But Bandits are too, right? So it just depends on the splinter you're playing.
Yeah,
To be honest, I think you need them both.
I actually don't disagree. I think Conjurers are better, and I probably use Conjurers just as much, if not more. I just like the Bandits. Again, everybody's like looking at this and they're like, "Oh man, what's the ROI here?" Like, guys, I'm not thinking about that. I play Water a lot, and I like playing Water, and so Bandits is just one that I use, and I'm just stacking them for fun.
Yeah, and you use it a lot, right? Because
Hmm.
it's low,
It's
the
low mana.
little minor leagues and all
Hmm.
the low mana. It's just it goes where it goes, and it's great.
Yeah,
You know, you're gonna
but
get good value.
that being said, I do think the Grandmaster Wrath and Pelipper Conjure combo is going to be incredibly difficult to
Yeah,
get
it's gonna
past.
be
It's
brutal.
like low mana matches. The fact that the summoner is only 6 mana, and for 8 mana, it's like them combined for 8 mana, you get somewhat of a very impenetrable and damage dealing tank, right?
Oh, yeah.
If you're gonna do some kind of magic damage.
And then add Venator in it, right?
Oh yeah, and
It,
then add.
like because now
Well,
you're gonna do more damage.
you can't. Well, you can't stack amplify. I don't think.
Oh, that's right. You know what? You're right. That's right. I forgot it
Yeah.
already has that in it. That's right.
Yeah. So it's already built in. You don't even need to use Venator.
Well, you can use it slow, right?
You can use the slow. Yep.
Yeah. And
But
then you add the
there's so
speed
many.
from the fiend. Oh man.
Oh man,
It's
I feel like
great.
there's so many good like 2 mana life cards that
Yep.
just make up like a really solid team.
Yeah. Yeah, they're the best.
What's going on International Travel Channel or with Darkest Sound? I think that's that's the third one
We're
we
gonna
got
keep a
today.
tally of all the different names.
Is there a tool where I can see my most played cards and also the win rate of summoners and monsters?
Yes. That is, I don't know if
I
it's
don't know.
specifically to yours. It's called what is it called? Hold on. Oh, Scholar. Hold on. Summoners.
You told me something.
Summoners Lab.
Summoner
Yeah.
Lab. Okay.
Summoner Lab.
I should like try to compile all the different websites that people are using now.
Yeah.
DNA,
Yeah,
how?
Summoners Lab. You can purchase like a membership to it, and it gives you like charts. It gives you pricing. Gives you everything.
This is my new favorite one. Night After.
That's funny.
What's the use of Venator? We just covered that. I don't know how to use them. I think use a low level one since it has no.
Yeah, you have to max it out. I mean, you can still use it at first level to block the blast, right?
Yeah.
Blast rule set or such, but it's good. It's always going to be good against Jotun, right? So that your team doesn't get ripped up.
Yeah.
Um,
Low level is just the blast is good. Throw them behind or next to a taunt monster, and that's going to reduce a ton of damage in those blast rule sets.
Yep.
So Godzilla, do you want to come on? Do you want to chat? You're always welcome to, man. All right. So Croth's is saying my girlfriend's trying to make it out of bronze, and it's terrible. Win 1, lose 3. It's all splinter spam.
Yeah.
Croth's. So I don't know that they necessarily fixed it from like a playable standpoint, but here's the thing. I think bronze just as a league sucks. Like the meta within that league. There's not enough abilities that like certain cards and certain like things will just dominate the entire time. So to be honest with you, every time that I'm in bronze or I have an account that's starting off in bronze, I just rent Llama Golem or Llama oh you rent Mylar?
Yeah, Mylar, either one of those.
Mylar's good. I just go hand with it. I go Mylar, not Mylar, but Lamacron or Llama Golem, and as if you can roll to get a light or Earth Splinter or Earth Focus, whatever it is, I will just use that to rampage my way through. I don't even watch the battles. I just like click it, get through, and then once I'm in silver, the game opens up so much more.
I agree with that. Yeah,
so
100% agree.
I don't know that there's anything that they can fix. It's just the game is so much more interesting at higher levels that bronze just feels like a crapshoot. So, and then you throw in a bunch of bots that are playing the most optimized decks against you, and it makes it worse. So,
what's your girlfriend's IGN? We'll send help. How about that?
Well, there you go, Darkestnyte.
We'll send the delegation to help out.
All right, Team Phoenix. You can put monster there. All right. Do you offer coaching? Oh, this is some opportunity here for you, Darkestnyte.
I'm not good enough for that. So yeah, not at all.
Guys, Darkestnyte offers it's a premium coaching service. We call it Monsters After Dark. You can reach out to me and
that's awesome, dude. Okay. No, but again, there's so much content out there, right? So the key is tools, having the right tools, having the right meta cards. I think as a community, we do a really good job of saying what the meta is right now, right? So for example, if you know there's a critical card that's beating you all the time, you want to get that card yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard. I mean, I think we all play enough games to know what's constantly kicking our butt. Right now, interestingly enough, I can't tell what's specifically kicking my butt, right? Because everybody's really good and everybody has the same cards I have, and it's literally positioning, and trying to really anticipate what the other person's going to do. If I can anticipate, I win. But most times people are anticipating me, right? So I guess that was coaching. So I guess yes.
No, we do live streams every so often, so
Yeah,
you can
all the
come
time.
through and ask your questions
Yeah.
whenever we're here. All right, Godzilla is here. All right, what does Amplify do if you don't have Jotun? What's Venator's use? I can't figure out. All right, so Amplify just doubles, not or not, I shouldn't say doubles, increases the damage from things like Magic Reflect, Thorns, and what's the last one? Return Fire.
Return fire, which
So
is phenomenal. Because if
yeah.
so for example, how I use it, right? Again, I think I said it earlier, is Alamo Cambio, which is a great card, right?
Mhm.
Because there's lots of, especially with Kitty, right? So use it with Kitty. You can't put affliction on it, so you can always heal it. It has a high number of health, right? So it heals for a lot, and all the while it's sending all those attacks back, right? So it's really good for a no melee rule set. So, and again, the reflex and the return fire gets +1, so it's 50% increase over not having it. So you can't go wrong. So instead of
Yeah.
doing 2 points of damage, it's doing 3, and that's a lot.
Man, can you imagine if Amplify stacked? That'd be crazy.
That's probably why they didn't make it
I
stack.
know it'd be so fun though.
Yeah.
Especially with them coming out. I agree that bronze sucks. All right,
Yeah.
so PG is saying for some reason they have a different algo for bronze where every battle is like 12 mana, no rules.
Yes,
Maybe
that's
think
the
they were
new.
taking
That's the
beginners.
new.
Yeah, but see that adds to it, right? Like bronze. This is what I'm saying. Like bronze just as a league sucks, and so I don't know how would you? Okay, let's put on our thinking caps here, Darkestnyte. How would you improve bronze? And I'm not even thinking from like a new player experience, but it's just like I hate playing in bronze because it's so boring. But I can also understand that it's also really difficult for new players who are trying to understand and learn the game. So bots aside, it's just like how do you make the league more interesting without changing the complete nature of the game of like having levels or abilities at the higher levels?
I think they've already done that, right? The incentives are there to get out of bronze, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have access to the rental market. Learn what cards are the right ones to get you out of bronze, just like we just said. Use those cards and get out of bronze as quickly as possible. I mean, that's it, right? Like bronze is not meant to be fun, right? There's hardly any rewards down there, right? It's like the level somewhere like down.
Well, the thing is now the fact that you can get way more chests, I think, is great for people in bronze because now they can start to rack up reward shares or not reward shares, but rewards cards and start leveling them
Yeah.
up.
If you're stuck there, then you get more rewards, right? Not a problem. But again, I played in bronze for like 4 months before I even knew what progression was,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it wasn't terrible, right? I was playing a card game that I liked, and the rewards were such a small part of why I played the game. I didn't even notice, right? It wasn't until later, as my collection started to grow, that I was able to understand what that progression was, and I then moved up. But I think if you're going to be in the game long term, the expectation is, even though you're playing at bronze, is to prepare for the next level, silver, gold,
Mm-hmm.
collect your cards, get the right cards to be competitive. The problem that I have, and I think you have this now, you're starting to have this, is you have so many cards in your collection that you're not even using.
Yeah.
Right. And and even when you're picking your teams, you're having to pick through all of these cards that you never even use. Right. So hopefully that answered your question. I feel like I was going off into the weeds.
No, it's good. Again, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. It's just how do you improve it? Like I
I
think
just get out of it. I think as experienced players, anyone that's listening to this channel clearly they're investing time in something that they like.
Mhm.
Getting out of bronze should just be a priority. Yeah.
Well, the thing is renting the power is easy. It's actually
Yeah.
fighting the battles that can be tough.
Yeah.
Now, so to PG's point here, I think I would actually, I don't know if this is what you're trying to get at, but I actually think it might be worth considering for the team to introduce higher mana caps as well as different rule sets early on, because every time I've done that run through bronze, it's like until you get to maybe bronze 1 or like almost at silver, that's when they start introducing things like earthquake and poison, and like those rule sets come in. But the whole like 12 mana like standard rule set, or 12 to 25 mana standard rule set, like I agree that that gets really boring over time. So maybe they just reserve that for novice, where people are learning. And if you add more rule sets, even at the lower ends of bronze, yeah, there's going to be a learning curve there, but I think it makes the game way more interesting.
So, I mean, yeah, there's pros and cons for both, right? So what you're saying is make bronze more fun. What I'm saying is don't make it more fun. Make it better to get in silver or gold and climb, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of just kind of hanging out there and bottom feeding, if you will. I mean, it's a mess, right? It's
Well,
bots. It's
we're not going to go down there. I mean, I wouldn't go down there voluntarily, but I am trying to think about it for like, I guess I am trying to think about it for newer players. And it's like, yes, I understand what the team is doing by trying to make, okay, only standard battles early on, but it's like, just throw them right in the fire, because you're throwing them in the fire right now with bots who are optimized to beat them.
Oh yeah,
right.
yeah,
So bronze is actually one of the most difficult places to play in. So it's like if you throw a little chaos in, right, throw a little randomness by having a poison rule set or something, like, sure, yeah, the bots will still have a certain level of advantage, but they're not going to have the most optimized decks for you if the rule sets are all kind of randomized.
Then, okay, now I can answer your question. So given that perspective, I think to make it interesting in bronze, that periodically, not every game, maybe 1 in 100 chance, a legendary card would show up in your collection that you could play during that one battle, and then it disappears. And you don't get any reward shares or anything for it, but you have the option of using a really powerful card to throw in that chaos, as you said. You know, the mysterious stranger appears, right? Because that would make it interesting, right? But other than that, get the heck out of bronze.
Oh man, you just gave me a
you know, I was trying to come up with ideas.
I know, dude, I love it. So here's a cool rule set in the future. There's a card that is not buyable, or it's not openable in Gladius packs. It's a rule set card, and both players get it. And it's just like, it's a legendary card, and it's like both players have access to it if they want. Probably legendary neutral, right? And it's just like this, both players can use it if they want to. And then,
or a new rule set that says you can use your Gladius cards. Right?
Oh, that would
all cards
that would destroy some people, but yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I need to get back into the gladiator circuit.
Yeah.
Or brawl circuit, I should say. All right, where do we leave off here? Flavian saying Hawks and Bulldogs have some great strategy gameplay videos.
Oh, absolutely.
Agreed.
Yeah, I enjoy listening to Hawks, right? Because he is very precise in the advice that he gives. No fluff, definitely like not political in any way. He's just, hey, this is what we're going to talk about today. And he sticks right to it, and it's awesome.
Agreed. Yep. Definitely great.
And he beats me a lot too, which.
All right. When will the bleeding stop? It seems like every week Splintertools assets tank. Dude, all right. So I feel like we talk about this every stream. The bleeding will not stop on assets. Well, across different things. The bleeding will not stop on things like SPS until they give it utility. The bleeding will hopefully stop on DEC soon once the airdrop is done. I think it should stabilize out over time, and then the bleeding will stop with cards and chaos packs once we sell out of Chaos Legions.
I don't want it to stop, right? To be honest, this is the good time.
Man, I was so disappointed that Bitcoin jumped back up to 20K, because I was like looking at those summoners who were like $1.50. I was like, oh, come on, come down, to Papa, $1. That's all we need. And then Bitcoin jumps back up to 20K this morning, and the summoners go up in price.
This is the golden age of asset accumulation right now. You get, if there's something you want, this is the time to get it.
Agreed. Jedi Sky Knight, what's going on? Just finish your question.
That's hilarious.
What
is happening?
Oh, After Night Darkest Sound. What's going on, Zach? Remove legendary summoners from bronze. No, then how am I going to llama crown my way out? I need
exactly. You're stuck. Now you're saying you're stuck. Yeah, we're going to give you this anchor. Just hold on to this. Yeah, no.
All right, so Anna, this is a new name here. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. It's easy to get our bronze with most
Yeah,
splinters, thorns for death and dragons. All
yes,
right,
I agree with that.
sneak for
Yep.
water, fire. Oh, there you go. Anna's got it exactly what you need here. You can get out of bronze. I'm not like I'm just saying when I play in bronze, I get lazy and it's like I don't want to spend an hour trying to like fight my way through this. I'd rather spend the 50 cents, or actually it's not even 50 cents, it's like 5 cents to rent the level 1 llama. I'm like, I'd rather
Right.
spend the 10 cents to rent him and Kron and just get through this and go to silver.
Right. To Anna's point, right? Let's rattle off the cards that would be good for that, right? So it's Curse Windiku, right? Cheap card, right? Even at level
Mhm.
1, it has, I believe it has thorns. Yes, it does have thorns. It's one, I think at level 1. You got the dragon card, the epic
Mhm.
one. Which one is that? It's one of the Jin Jawala.
Jinchwal, yeah.
Jinjawala. You got Mylor. Mylor is great, fantastic.
Mhm.
Who else do we have that
Let
has
me let's go
thorns?
back to the market
Yeah,
here.
let's go check it out.
Because
Splinter cards. Yeah,
if we're just looking at rentals, like so here, like this is again, I know not everybody has 2 cents or 3 cents to throw around, but
yeah.
I look at Scarred Llama Mage and I'm just like, to get you out of bronze, that's super, super worth it. You can get Myler for less than a penny, and Myler will probably carry you through bronze as
Oh,
well.
absolutely. Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
what were the other cards you were saying? So we can
So
just
an actual card. So we have Jinjawala. We have Curse Windiku.
Jinchawala, if you don't have one yet from rewards,
I mean, heck, you can buy it for a penny, I think.
I don't know if you could buy it for a penny, but you could definitely rent it for. Oh my god, look at that 0.1 DEC. This is the cheapest that it ever gets, but this will help you in bronze quite a bit. And you can buy one for 12 cents. All right.
12 cents.
Why did I think this thing was still 30 cents? Wow.
No,
all right.
Man. Exactly.
Well, Team Phoenix Rising, you are then absolutely right. Everything's just going to keep leading.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Think about a year from now. How much is Jin Chihuahua going to go for? Every new player is going to need that card. Every new player is going to need Curse Windiku.
Mm-hmm.
Every player is going to need it to get out of bronze, just like we said. So if you want to load up on anything, load up on the cards that you need to get out of bronze.
I'm curious to see where we are at. We are adding about 30 new players per day, 30 new spellbooks per day. The thing is, what's hard to parse out with this is how many of these are bot accounts that are being set up, because people are realizing that bots are.
I don't even think it matters, right? It still means that people have enough interest in the game to spend the $10, right? And this is during a bear market, right? Imagine that's going to 10x the next time we hit the bull market, right? When that fear index goes above 50, everybody's coming back.
Yeah,
and it's our job, right, to prepare for that.
Are you seeing a bull market before the next Bitcoin halving?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I like it.
But now, if I had to guess, 12 to 18 months.
I don't think we've hit the bottom of this yet, though.
No, we haven't. Right.
Okay. So we're in agreement on that.
The bottom, then we're heading back up. Because assets will be too cheap, right? It'll be too cheap not to buy Bitcoin. We all know where it's going.
Yeah.
Right. So again, and I don't think I ever got into crypto to be a day trader, right? I just buy the assets, throw them in a cold storage, and be done.
Yeah. All right. So Status Survival saying bronze is working as intended. It's so bad it makes you want to buy cars.
Yes,
that's what happened to me. All right. Well, the team is playing some very good mind games here.
I loved some of the comments. The guys make me laugh.
It's great, man. It's great. Rule set where you can use all opponent cards is better. Oh, that's
yeah.
Yeah. That should be called equal opportunity. No, that should be called that should be called the socialism rule set.
It should be called
all cards
is what it should be called.
A rule set where you revert to use opponent's deck.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
All right, the bleeding could stay a bit now. I need to get my now everyone's just like, oh, I kind of like assets being this cheap. Let's not have them jump up so quickly.
If they were to drop even to let's say 90% drop in their current value now,
Hmm.
That is what would be awesome, right? Because everyone that's been playing this game for the last year would have the opportunity to max out their decks, right? And
Hmm.
just play and have fun.
Yeah. The thing is, I think we're still washing out investors. There's
Yeah,
still people who have gotten burned from just
yeah.
seeing their asset values fall, and so I mean, look, I'm one of them. Actually, I was thinking about making a video on this, but I sold for the first time. I sold a chunk of SPS yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm having that sit there in HBD, and I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do with it yet. But I did sell a chunk of SPS. But that's because I wanted to have a chunk of like cash set aside. But
Yep.
two, I do believe that SPS will probably still bleed lower. And not that I'm even gonna buy back into it, but maybe I'll use that money on cards. Maybe I'll save it for Riftwatchers. I don't know. But it's like, yeah, I mean, I've capitulated.
I've
So
done the same, right? So I took my Bitcoin and I traded it in for Kitty, right?
there you go.
And
Yeah,
in
see.
my book, the best investment I've made in a long
As I've been saying, you can't play with your Bitcoin in a bear market.
Yes,
You can't even
it was
flip
one of
it
the best.
around. It's just
Yeah.
it's all
And
digital.
even if Bitcoin goes back up, to me,
Uh-huh.
it's still one of the best investments I have because I use it every day, all day.
Hmm.
So
Well, it'll definitely come in handy. I think for modern, you're gonna absolutely dominate with a maxed out kitty.
I pay vouchers to have a free pass out of bronze. I don't know if I would do
Yeah.
that because you can
Well,
play your way out of it, right? You can get out of
well, that's literally like paying to win or skip levels.
it.
I don't know that. I mean, I'm just saying that'd be kind of cool because I would sell you vouchers so that you could do that.
Yeah.
But I don't think the team would ever go for it. Oh man, why is Darkestnyte not in the chat?
Oh, that's a great question because I don't have a chat bar. I can't chat.
Wait, what?
I meant to say something before.
Oh, okay.
I can read your chats, but I can't chat myself.
Oh, you'd probably have to go into the actual live stream itself to chat then.
Yeah, yeah, no.
All right. I didn't realize people were trying to get you to chat. Like, you guys could just talk to them.
Yeah, I'm right here.
All right, I
I'm
got over
right
100
here.
KDEC. I want to hold them for SPS airdrop, but I'm afraid. What are you afraid of? What do you think the BTC bottom? Oh God, I don't know. I don't want it to go to 13K. That'll be a bad number for me.
Well, that's my number,
I
right? So
know. I know.
that's my number is 13. But I mean, again, it's weird, right? These are weird times, right? I don't think we've seen a world like we have now, right? We have
Hmm.
conflict all over the place. We have an economic picture that is just super bleak. I mean, they're suffering around the world, right? And I would say, who knows? Maybe it's because of, the other assets, crypto in general, that are, taking power from governments. I mean, that's literally what's happening, right?
Yeah.
So they're pushing back, right? What happens when regulation occurs? I think regulation will be super good.
Oh yeah.
But again, United States is only one country, right? It can't regulate crypto for the whole world. So what does that look like? My suspicion is that the United States will come out with a set of regulations, and other countries might adopt those same. They'll say, "Hey, United States is doing it. We're going to do the same thing. Have a nice day."
When
I think
when
that would be very beneficial.
when do you think that regulation is going to come through?
I would have thought it would have already happened already last year. I thought that it would have come. We have the XRP. I'm sorry, XRP SEC battle,
Ruling. Yeah.
and I was hoping because I've been following. Actually, XRP is the first crypto I ever bought, right?
Okay.
So I would have hoped that during that suit that they would have come out with some regulations, but nobody seems to want to touch it for whatever reason, right? I think the suit should have happened 7 years ago, right? But they didn't. So why not? Really, the question
Yeah.
is why not? Why now? And all they're really doing is delaying things. It's been almost 18 months now, almost 2 years. And it shows no indication, at least that's the last time I checked, in being resolved. Right. This is too long. Right. And
Yeah.
it's stifling innovation, I think.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on, I think what happened to Luna was a coordinated attack, right? Like
Sure.
we don't know necessarily who did it, but we know that there was an entity
Yeah.
that acquired the funds to do it. We're seeing Celsius being attacked now, and
Yeah.
well, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Celsius is if they can survive the attack. Because now they got their liquidation thing down to 5K. But my thought process was, if they are, and when I say they, I'm talking about the ominous they, right? Are
Mhm.
trying to, if they had been able to bankrupt Celsius and everybody who had assets there, including myself, like had lost
Sure.
everything, that would have been the perfect time to come in with regulation, say, oh, look at this crazy crypto world, people are losing their money left and right, like here was here was a company that was trying to be like the future bank, right? They're all about like unbank yourself,
Right.
and it showed. So that to me would have spelled like the perfect kind of swoop in for the SEC to be like, all right, here we go, time to take care of business. But I do think that the Bitcoin bottom will be probably whenever that regulation comes in, whether that's in the next 6 months or the next 18 months, I don't know. But I do think that we're going to get it by the end of 2023. And when it comes in, it sounds as though the SEC already likes Bitcoin, but they're going to try to destroy everything else. And that's going to drag the entire market down with it.
Maybe. So, and I've heard people say that before. So what is the mandate of the SEC? Right? It is
Mhm,
to protect the people, basically. That's why it was created.
mhm.
Um, you have to look at their actions over the last 2 to 3 years and say, are their actions consistent with that mandate? That's all you have to do. And if you look at who their decisions have benefited,
Mhm.
it's definitely not the people.
Not the average consumer or the
Not
average
at
average
all.
investor.
Not even close.
Nope.
Right. So there's a lot of money being hedge funds. There's, if you look at the GameStop, right, and AMC and all that stuff, that would have been a perfect time for the SEC to step in and, say, hey, you can't stop halt trading on these
Nobody went to
assets.
jail for GameStop. Can you believe that?
Why not?
It's
Right. That's
crazy.
outrageous. So again,
Are
in
you familiar
hope,
with the situation? Right, like
invest.
is naked shorting illegal?
No.
It's not illegal. Okay, but it's still there's still something.
Unethical, maybe. Not even unethical, right? It's you get punished for doing a thing that is bad, right? And
Yeah.
that's what happened, right? But you know what? Let's go back to Splinterlands. I get super agitated, and I broke even on it, right? But I hold on. I I I broke even, right? Because I knew that the whole thing was outrageous, right? So I said,
Mhm.
I'm not going to ride this wave anymore. But there were some people that really benefited good. I remember hearing one story of a guy that really, was super profitable on GameStop. And he said, hey, my sister can go get surgery now because I couldn't afford it before. And you
Wow.
started hearing all these stories like that.
Yeah.
And then immediately they just shut it down. So, you couldn't share the assets. They were liquidating people's accounts. It was absolutely outrageous. So anyway, I feel super strongly about that. So
I'd love to get your behind closed doors take on that one.
it was a mess. So
Yeah,
anyway, see what you did, Team Phoenix Rising. You got us talking about,
the Bitcoin bottom.
yeah,
Yeah, the thing with the SEC though is I feel like if they come out and try to label everything else as a security, right?
sure.
I think that's going to put short term downward pressure on the market.
Yeah,
A lot of people will sell off, but that regulation I think is going to be what
it's a good thing.
allows everybody else, all the big institutions, to come in and to buy those assets for cheap. And so
Right.
whether you
So
hold or buy low, I think you'll be good in the long run.
right. So that's the thing, right? So with the maximum fear that we have right now, everyone's dumping their crypto assets for super cheap. Well,
Hmm.
somebody's buying those assets, right?
Yeah.
So we'll look back on now. Again, same as for Splinterlands, right? We'll look at these assets, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months from now, and say, oh, remember when Gin Shawala was 13 cents, right? Now it's $1.50. That would be a 10x increase,
Hmm.
and that's completely doable, right?
Well, keep in mind that there was a time in which gin shawalas were selling for $5.
Absolutely,
$5+.
and
Now,
they can
are we
get
going to
there.
go back up to that? It's can't make a prediction on that, but people were buying at $5, myself included,
Yep.
because of how good the card was.
Yep.
The thing is, it all just depends on like, is there something that's going to come out that's going to replace Jin Chihuahua, right? And be like a better version of it, similar to how they've done with a lot of the newer cards. So I don't feel the need to buy the older cards. But Jin Chihuahua, what I like about the card is that it's going to be in the modern format for 2 cycles, right? It's part of
Yep.
this cycle, and then it'll be part of the next one as well.
Yep. But it's perfect for getting bronze and silver, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
just perfect for that. And so if you think that most of the player base is in bronze and silver, that card, if we grow the player base,
Mm-hmm.
then those cards will be highly sought after when they're not being printed anymore. Like, what
Mm-hmm.
card is better than that at that level? Like, what card, like, at the top of your head, what card would you play over that? That's the card you want to go get or invest in.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's a good point. All right. But for every one person who says screw it and buys cards to get out of bronze, 9 others just quit.
Yeah. But a lot of people quit for
Sounds
lots of
about
reasons, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a hard game to play. It's very complex, and some people just don't feel like going through that learning curve.
Yeah. I was looking at the daily active players for I guess the two main kind of Web 2 games that people will compare this with. So Hearthstone and MTG, right?
Play both.
And like Magic the Gathering, not even like just what I saw for Magic the Gathering was like there's like 10 million players across like all of the different Magic the Gathering games. And I don't know, that number might be different now. I don't know how old that article was, but when I see that and when I think about that, that's not a lot of people. That's actually a very, very small amount of people who play the game because they like it. And so if one of the biggest card games in the world has only 10 million people playing it out of 8 billion people in the world, I think if everybody's expecting Splinterlands in its current state to attract like millions of players, it's not going to happen. I mean, I think we're in the tens of thousands right now. And I think that if we get to the hundreds of thousands, the game will change dramatically. But why I get bullish on the Splinterlands platform, and I say platform and not games, because they're trying to add other games in the future and do these collaborations that could bring a lot of value to the ecosystem. But this actual card game, like there's not like walk outside and like interview or poll like 100 people. How many of them like are really hardcore invested into a card game, no matter what game that is? And I don't think that number is going to be very high. So I think people leaving and quitting the game are the ones that come in because they hear about the good ROIs both in the bull and the bear market.
Yep.
And when they realize that they either the ROIs are not as high as you don't get them as fast, or you got to work too hard to get them, right? Meaning you have to maybe play the game.
Yep.
Like all 3 of those, then they leave. And I think that's fine because, it's
so
yeah,
that's
we want people who want to play the game.
That's the bot conversation, right? So once you learn to play the game, the bots become more attractive at that point, right? Because now you understand it, and you can kind of automate that process. The automation is really what is attractive for the bots, right? I could play the games if I want, but if I want to do both, right? So I imagine when I think of people that are botters, right? I think like Icy Flow might use one. I hate to call anyone specific out, but Icy Flow is an excellent player.
He's been
right?
very public about it, so we can call him out.
He's an excellent player, right? So I understand, right? You can't be excellent across 10 accounts or whatever it is, right? So I get it. And who knows? Maybe in the future I'll look at it and say, okay, you know what? I have all these assets. I want to see what I can do. Again, I would prefer to just use Scholar, right? And maybe have somebody benefit. I like that model better. That suits me more, right? But let's just say don't find Scholars and you want to use the assets. Right now, I've just started renting. I have never really rented a whole bunch of cards before. Now I am, just to get some value out of it. But I think getting value from your assets, I think, is an important part of the game. So anyway.
I'm curious for you in the future because again, I don't know that like botting doesn't make you excited, but I know taking a break from the game every once in a while is something that you do. So the question I think that I'm curious to get your thoughts on are when in the future you decide to take breaks, do you think there's ever going to be a point in which you would just bot your account or would you just rent your cards out? Right. Because I see those.
Right.
or delegate them?
It all depends on kind of what's going on at the time, right? I delegate cards out to the guild mates, right? Because I want to see the guild grow and be, get stronger.
Hmm.
But sometimes I don't, right? So, I mean, it really depends on what's going on.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I don't feel obligated to make a hard, fast decision. This is how it's always going to be, right?
sure.
Sometimes I say, "Hey, I'm going to take back my cards," and I send them back a couple hours later, right? So,
Well, let's take the delegation thing out for a second,
yeah,
because I think what I want to focus in on
yeah,
is when you want to get value while you're
yeah,
not playing, right? Because the delegation thing, I think it's great. You
yeah,
do that often. You're very
yeah,
generous with not just the guild, but with people in this community too. So
yeah,
it's like, okay, when there are times that you want to get value, would you ever consider botting your account on like the maybe 2-3
yes,
days that you want to take a break?
yeah,
Or and I think this is why people tend to rent more, is because of the fact that they want to like let their ECR rest. So they still get to have some value while letting their ECR rest. So I don't know if that I've already answered my question with that, but
yeah.
how are you thinking about that?
So letting ECR rest now, it's not even a consideration. I'm like, I've accepted the fact that I'm never going to have 100% ECR again. And my solution to that is to make sure that my ranking is high, right? So
Okay.
that it matters less. That's it.
So maybe you don't want a bot playing for you. What if they go
Yeah,
on one of those epic losing streaks?
it can happen, but it can't be better. I mean, worse than any of my epic losing streaks. So, so it happens.
True, true. All right, Maxim. I got over 100k DEC. I want to hold them for SPS airdrop, but I'm afraid the value will drop. Buy rewards cards or hold for SPS. I can't tell you what to do.
Yeah, but I would say this, right? So, I mean, just as if I were in the same situation, if you know the value of an asset is going to drop in the future, buy another asset with it that you don't think will drop. That's
Yeah,
literally the reason why I bought Kitty, right? Is
there you
my
go.
Bitcoin was dropping. I'm like, you know what? Let me get rid of this, get something that I can use. Even if Kitty starts selling for $2,000, I still would make a profit.
Yeah. I Maxim, I can't tell you what to do, and I can't even tell you what's going to happen now. But I've just never been a holder of DEC, so and maybe that's hurt me because I'm sure a lot of people came away like bandits with the amount that they were holding and getting from the
Yeah.
SPS airdrop. But at this point in time, I'm not as scared to hold DEC because keep in mind the algorithm is your friend, so eventually it will
Back up.
work to go back to its peg or soft peg, but I just don't know how much downward pressure there's going to be based on the market and based on how much is actually in circulation right now.
And guess what? If it drops even more, you get packs for a discount.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, so
either
look,
way, you're going to win, right? So
100k packs, or 100k DEC, you can always turn into what 25 packs, I think. So
oh, no more than that.
so
100K,
there's
25,000? No, no, no.
no
If
100.
let's say
It's
it
it's
drops
it's it's
to
4,000 DEC per pack. So I think it's
yeah.
only 25 packs.
Oh, I guess it is.
I know it seemed like a lot more, right?
Yeah.
You're like 100,000 DEC. All right. I was eyeing Queen Mycelia, which was
Yeah.
$9 earlier. Now it's oh wait, when was she $9?
Yeah, man. So if you see a
Ah,
situation like that, like you've got to snipe
you
it.
gotta go
Like,
in.
yeah.
As this can fall 99%. Well, Dwayne is the perma bull, man. He'll always be pushing the game.
Well, when he's not, then that means we're truly in.
Yeah. the moment Dwayne sells, man, when Dwayne sold his land, I was just like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah,
Is there something I should be aware of?
right.
But yeah.
But again, he'll tell you though, you got to
Yeah.
take profit, and if it's outrageous in terms of price, you have
Mhm.
to, you'll get it back later for less.
So here's the thing. I thought that Dwayne's reasoning for selling land was great because he said, and this is what I try to impress upon people with land who ask me or who will ask, like, is land a good investment right now? It's just like, well, Dwayne sold at X amount of dollars because he had already seen multiple X's on his like return on his investment. And right now, land is sitting at what's the price here for a plot? 150. So
Which is
what is
still great.
this? It's 7 to 8x. So somebody who sells it to you for 150 is made 7 to 8x on their investment. How much more do you think is going to go into there? And there's no wrong answer, but that's just a question you have to ask yourself after the initial price has already gone up 8x.
Yes. So, like most of us, when we saw it, land selling at one point, I think $2,000 per plot, right?
Did it get
We
that
all
high?
thought
Wow.
it got that. Well, maybe not that high. Maybe 1,800. I think it was like 1,800. Like no one thought to sell it at that point because you thought it was going to go to the moon, right? But people that have been through this before did sell it, and
Mm.
and here we are, right? 90% of it, the value is reduced. It's reduced by 90%. So yeah, I mean, we all think that our assets, when they're mooning, right, are going to continue to make us millionaires, but the reality is they're going to, at some point, going to take a dip, and they did, as expected.
Here's a little hopium for folks, or at least what I'm hanging on to,
Mhm.
and that is when you're in a bull market, you think it's going to go up forever, and when
Yes.
you're in a bear market, the sentiment is literally the exact opposite, and everybody think it's going to go lower. So the fact that everybody is sitting here being like, "Oh, Bitcoin's going to hit 13, Bitcoin's going to hit 10K," and you're just seeing that everywhere you go, every time like Bitcoin drops $1,000, to me that says like, okay, well, maybe we're not going to go that much lower. Maybe we are close to the bottom, just like how at 60K we were, or 69K we were at the top, but people still thought we were going to keep going forever. So
So it's funny. I'm looking at some of these Chaos Legion legendary cards, and this looks like such a repeat of the future of the past. I mean, right? Like I'm looking at Itza the Fanged. It's a great card, $2. Right? We've had this conversation so many times,
mhm.
and here we are. We're living it again. And these are all cards a year from now will be highly sought after for whatever change in the meta occurs, right? Zymax Vul at 135 is a crime.
I mean, even if we're rising at $1.62, even though I've had my issues with this card, I can't believe that it's a less than $2,
Yeah, yeah.
and potentially going lower.
Look at Desert Dragon, right? Like, come on.
We've opened up how many packs so far? Gosh, we haven't even opened up 5.5 million packs out of a total 15 million, right? Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, Desert Dragon. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is the time when
And
I
I
should be
mean,
maxing out my
look
legendaries.
at that, like just the skills, right, around it.
Oh, I love this card.
Yeah,
This
it's great.
card has won me so many games.
Yeah, I know it doesn't fly. Okay, no problem. But
Even though he's got wings. What's going on there?
I don't know. Maybe they'll tweak it. But I mean, Trample, Pierce. Oh, the Pierce is so phenomenal. And then
Retaliate
Retaliate.
comes in handy too.
Yeah.
I love I love the Stampede rule sets.
Oh yeah.
Because I'll get attacked by, whether it's like the main monster, or sometimes I'll get attacked by like someone will use them in like a melee mayhem. So
Yeah.
all
Oh,
your
yeah.
monsters just tagging down, and then like he'll just retaliate,
Yeah.
kill them, and then go through the entire back
Do the
line.
whole team, right?
It's so
Like,
good.
what just happened? Yeah, it's
It's
one of
so
those
good.
cards that when it goes off, it really goes off.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's catch up on some of the chat here. We had Virus saying, I think they need to add achievements in a way to do a
I agree.
tutorial, having like a rent a legendary summoner so that new players. Okay, it's not a
Yeah,
bad idea. It's a good
achievements are
suggestion.
definitely something that's needed for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank said if regulation happens, the big capital will come into crypto. I
Yeah,
agree.
I
I
agree.
think
100%.
it's just a matter. It's just a matter of surviving that, right? If you can
Yeah.
hold through it, then I think it'll be good. Because I think once regulation is announced and they say we're going to tax Ethereum transactions, blah blah blah, then I think Ethereum price is going to go down for people who don't want to deal with that. But it'll still be a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me some super cheap epics right now. What's going on, Matt Strat? Hello, all. What's going on, Gather the Magic? We did have a good fourth. If they ever develop the mobile app and make it a 5-star, watch out. Other than that, I think it's sluggish growth.
I check once a week to see if there's an updated app. So, yeah.
No. Why is Splinter sponsoring your channel? Why is the Naked HD chatbot sponsoring you? Well, you can clearly tell where my interests lie.
Yeah. It's just guy again. Let's go.
Actually, I don't even think Splinter has. There'd probably be some conflict of interest there if they were to sponsor my channel. So,
well, you're on Splinter Land TV.
I'm on the team, so I feel like there's got to be something not kosher about that. Hello everyone. Also, let me put it this way. I like being able to say whatever I want about the game. And if you watch like the video yesterday, I was pretty critical on certain things. So I never want to lose that. The integrity of the channel is more important than anything. So if I take on sponsors, it's because it wouldn't be someone like Splinterlands, because I'd want it to be like stuff that I actually care about. And the moment I didn't care about them, I would drop them.
Yeah.
But again, this channel is not. I'm not trying to be the biggest YouTuber. I just want to play a game and talk to people. All right, hello everyone. For me, it's easy to play now because bots spam Earth Magic, Death Magic. So I just counter that. Clevin, you should make some tutorial videos then. People will benefit from it. Everyone's always craving strategy. And that's the one thing I don't do. So, who did we say? Bulldog and Hawks had good strategy videos.
They have good stuff.
Dwayne dives into it too. The thing is, I was, at least early on, I was never able to relate to Dwayne's as much because he's like playing in Diamond. So now, actually, I appreciate his videos a lot more.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
like when I was in like Bronze and Silver, I'm just like, all right, yeah, like all the cards that I have don't have these abilities yet. So,
yep. But that's why I like Luke's, right? Because Luke focuses on that bottom. So everybody's
like
where they can relate to, which
is
really
at their level, which is great. Yeah. I agree completely. Why they pretty much refuse to upgrade the app, making Splinterlands more accessible. I don't know. Why do you think?
They're working on it.
They are? Okay.
Yeah, Matt said specifically. In fact, I think it's going to be released this month. So he said that I think maybe 3 live streams ago, or 3 town halls ago. He was very specific about that they were and he said it would definitely be ready before Splinterfest. That was something he definitely he didn't commit to it, but he said that was the goal that they're working for. I think it's in QA now. I'm just going off memory here. So yeah, I think it's in QA now. And I think that they will release it. I would have thought it would have been released last week actually, but it's soon. Okay. Super soon.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I still like playing on desktop though. It's just it's cleaner, it's easier, I see everything.
I play on the mobile app when I'm in the line at the store, right? And somebody has a whole bunch of groceries and they want to write a check. I'm like, whoop, here we go.
I don't know if that's just like what it is. I mean, when I see people writing checks still at the store, I'm just like,
what are you doing?
I know this is like the wrong, like this is so like not political, but I'm just like, dude, the world has just passed you by, like, or so whenever like somebody wants to deal with checks with me, I'm just like, there's just so many. I'll even call it my mom. Maybe she's been watching the stream. Hi, Mom. Whenever she wants to do things with checks, I'm just like, Mom, you also own Bitcoin. It's just on the other side of the spectrum here.
Hey, would you like a stamp to mail that to?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Well, no, she's my go-to person whenever I need stamps because I refuse to buy them.
See, of course.
So thanks, Mom. Exactly. All right, so voucher prices are at 37 cents. To be honest with you, I knew that they were going to get bad. I didn't think they were going to get this bad. So,
well, there's nothing to use vouchers for right now. So stack them, get ready for some sort of value. That's it.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, even when they didn't have value earlier in the year, there was like this nice kind of $1 floor.
Yeah.
Right. But now, I was assuming we would go down to like a 50-cent floor, but it's just like nobody wants them. I mean, I'm the biggest seller of vouchers here, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. But
yeah, it's your fault. So,
I mean, I was hoping other people would like, Ponzi scheme. I was hoping they would buy so that I could sell them at a higher price, but it didn't work out.
So again, we're at 11, I think 11 or 10 on the fear index. Nobody's really wants to buy. They don't even talk about crypto right now, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to stay that way. So again, this is the fire sale. Get everything while it's cheap. It will go cheaper, right? But you got to get dollar cost average.
Yeah.
Just there you go. That's why DCA is a thing.
That's why DCA is a thing. All right, but that's an interesting part of conversation. Plans gives so much power and flexibility, right? Rent, delegate, bot scholarships, play. Yes.
Awesome. Yeah.
The one thing I love about Splinterlands that attracted me from the beginning was how complex their game economy was.
Yep.
And that hasn't changed. And I haven't really found that in another game. In fact, I don't see it at all anywhere implemented the way that it's been implemented in Splinterlands.
The rental market alone is, or actually not even just the rental market, right? To buy cards, it's awesome, right? I know it's super clean. If I want a card, I know exactly where to go. If I want to buy bulk, I go to Peak Monsters, buy a whole bunch of Pellicore Bandits, corner of the market. So,
Hey, you stay away.
so yeah. So it's super. I mean, everywhere you go, there's so much programming excellence. So.
I just like the idea that anybody can interact with the game economy however they want. Like there's card lords, there's players, there's scholars, right? Like you can just come in and do what you want to do. What's up, Jobby? How's it going? I think SPS will be more stable than DEC or vouchers. But that being said, I want as many vouchers and SPS as I can get. God, I hope not. I want SPS to go to the moon, but I get what you're saying. Random question: why is the max amount of common totems 250,000 if there are only 150,000 plots? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what totems are for outside of land. So
there are outside of land. That's it. But so I think there might be some in the pool. So some were raffled off, right? And then they said at some point in the future you might be able to find them in game, and that they would have some other utility. So maybe you can burn them, right? Burn them for certain effects or create something. So we'll have to see what that looks like. The same way you burn cards, you may be able to burn them to up their power level or even rarity. That's what I suspect.
Gotcha. Yep. All right, Jobby. I got my first ever gold for legendary.
And
congratulations!
Dead too. So hey, nice.
That's probably one of the best ones outside of Quicks, right?
Yeah.
So I agree. When Dwayne stops with the Hopium videos, is the day Splintertools dies. So I like watching his videos. I watched Dwayne for the Hopium too. Again, if the Perma Bull quits, then
the thing with Dwayne is he's been right. So he was there, he saw it. Again, to hear him say it changed his life, he's right. Right. So we hope that he will continue to be right, and people like him will continue to be right because we're banking on that.
Yep. What's the latest news on Riftwatchers? When will it come out?
November-ish, maybe. Did
you say November?
I thought maybe end of the year, December.
Oh, they were saying Q3, like August, September. It seems like it's right around the corner. No, you think they're going to push it back? All right, we got the official prediction here. Possibly the app is waiting for major changes to pass, like modern. Yeah, guys. Okay, so I think I really want to see what happens after the end of the airdrop. I know like there's so much negative sentiment, and I'm probably adding to that in certain elements, but it's like I'm waiting to see how things shake out after I'm excited to see what happens after the end of the airdrop. He is selling his Dwayne's selling his max kitty.
He's been selling it for the last couple of months or a couple of weeks. Yeah. So I think he has it for 5,000. Let's check.
How much you buy yours for? Although you already had some BCX, right?
Yes. So I had some. I purchased all of mine. I think it's 2,400 to max it out.
Why is he selling it? Does anybody know?
So yes, he says he'll sell you directly. It's he's trying to have value, right? The value of the kitty. If somebody buys it for 4,000 or 5,000, how much more could he take that value and build out other decks and things like that? It's one card, and he loves it, right? But he wants to get more value out of the kitty.
Interesting. Okay. So, well, you could definitely build like an entire Chaos Legion deck with that. Or I think we were just running.
That's exactly what he said. So right now he has it for sale for $4,250.
Someone clean out a ton of O'Shaughnessy's and Harklot. Wait, right now?
I would do the same.
I feel like I should be loading up on O'Shaughnessy's, but
so the price of the problem with Kitty, right, is the price is dropping per BCX. That what you would expect right now, but there's only enough for one max level. So let's look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So here's the thing. If you didn't buy Dwayne's, right? If you wanted to just buy individual cards, it would cost you $5,529.
All right, so it's still a deal.
And it's only enough for one BCX right now. Right? So either you buy Dwayne's for $4,200, which would be a deal actually.
But not everybody's playing at the highest level. So if you want to just get a kitty for some of the lower levels,
$325 for level 1, right? Yeah. But then you're better off, I think, renting one at that price, because to rent a level 1 kitty is 6.47 DEC per day, which is nothing.
Nope, that is nothing.
Yeah, so I don't know if I would buy a level 1 monster. I don't think it would, unless there was a run on the rental market, right? Which there doesn't appear to be. But max it out and go.
Max it out and go. There you go. All right. When will they improve the app? I think you said by Splinterfest, right?
Yeah, definitely by Splinterfest for sure.
SPS on vouchers will go up before Riftwatchers. People will hype in, but not want to spend 100 SPS per
hype
pack.
Cycles, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, hype cycles are real. We know they happen. You're just waiting for the next hype cycle.
What's going on, Rowan? How you doing? Just bought and maxed out a Desert Dragon. There you go.
Look at that. It's crazy. And again, right now, you'll play it sometimes. It'll win you some games. But a year from now, when you're looking at that maxed out Desert Dragon and it's, $50 or whatever it's going to be, you'll be super happy you did that.
Yeah. You're welcome, Maxim. Sorry, I couldn't be more specific, but hopefully it was helpful.
What was the question? Oh, I didn't.
They were asking about, like, they have 100,000 DEC.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Oh, that started the whole conversation.
Yeah, I know. Luke's good. Bulldog and Luke are good. And then Hawks, we've mentioned as well. Yeah. Based on your answer to my question about Splinterlands not sponsoring you, they should sponsor. Maybe they are. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't think. So I get the feeling. I like Dwayne's stuff. I get the feeling that he is so direct and so open and honest, probably a little too honest for them with the critique. And again,
he has been critical in certain aspects.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. So
yeah, but he you know what? I call him like the town crier, right?
The town crier.
The town crier, the guy with the bell that says, "Hey, this is something you should be paying attention to right now." Right? For better or worse. And he's very rarely wrong.
All right.
Like he's so
that term kind of threw me off. I mean, I agree that
it's an old term from the 70s,
all right.
Right?
It sounds a little insulting, but
no.
I know. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't think the dude's like crying about stuff.
No. He's the guy that says, "Hey, they would hold out the newspapers and then say, 'Hey, get your paper here.'" That's Dwayne.
All right. Love Dwayne. I think the thing is he's one of the few people who makes content that has been around for a while. So again, like whether you agree with him or not, and it's very clear that there's certain things that I disagree with him on. I want to know what his perspective is, because I think it provides a lot of value.
Yeah, and all of the interesting thing, right, is all of the content creators have such different styles. Right. Like that is something that has always amazed me. Right. You have Dwayne, you have Bulldog, totally different than each other. Then you have we have Hawks, Tales from the Cryptomancer. Am I saying it right? Yes.
I think he rebranded to Cryptmancer, which is very disappointing for me.
Really?
Yeah. I think there's one boxing match.
Good morning, good evening, boys and ghouls, though. He still has to say that.
He still says that. Okay, but because there is a Cryptomancer on the team, he had to change it to Cryptmancer instead of Cryptomancer.
I did catch that. Yeah, I did.
And I think that to me is the perfect opportunity to have a celebrity boxing match at Splinterfest to decide who gets the title. He gave it up 3
streams in a row now.
He gave it up too easily. All right, so Google is just saying, I don't think they refuse to upgrade the app. It's just that there are not many mobile software devs, and so it's hard to get things done on mobile compared to PC.
Yes, so that could be true, but I think with all the changes that they're making that's on the roadmap, why would you settle in on the mobile app only to have to update it again after all the changes that are coming, right? So I think that's a big part of the problem, right? They want to kind of optimize at a good point, a good stopping point for all their development activities to identify a point of development that won't impact the actual app, right? The mobile app. And that's going to be hard, right? Because they're making wholesale changes left and right.
Yeah. No, agreed. Did we talk about this already? When regulation happens, a
Yeah,
big.
we'll talk about that.
All right, he's too bullish. I don't think he's too bullish, but I think that we're just in for more pain first. If vouchers hit 25 cents, I'm buying 1,000 plus for sure. I mean, at this point, it seems like the vouchers for Riftwatchers are going to be pretty much non-existent, because it's like, I mean, the marginal cost of vouchers for Riftwatchers is going to be pretty much non-existent. Because like, how much can these vouchers pump to? They're not going to be $25 the way that they were for Chaos Legion. There's so many of them in circulation now.
I think the vouchers was a good idea. So remember why they created vouchers, right? The community was afraid that we were going to sell out of Chaos Legion the first 24 hours.
Yep.
Right? Remember that? That's why they did the vouchers. The use case for why vouchers exist doesn't exist anymore. Right. So they have to now create, that value. So if they have a rare asset and they want to limit access to it, the vouchers was the way to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
The thing is, there's not enough voucher sinks at this point. So
correct. Right. So if there's something that the community really wants badly, then vouchers will pump in price. But right now, there isn't anything. So they've learned the lesson with Chaos Legion, right? They have 15 million packs out there. Next expansion for Riftwatchers, maybe they may say 1.5 million, and now use your vouchers for it. The price of vouchers is going to go through the roof.
Yeah,
they could say that, and I think they should say that.
What about them using multiple vouchers per fact? That'd be a little odd. I think people would be upset about that.
Yeah. So will they do that? We have no idea. We have no idea, right? But I think that if I look into the future and remember the past, I think that makes sense, right? They're not gonna have 15 million packs of Riftwatchers, right? What will be a normal number to have? What do you think that would be? Maybe 3 million?
For Riftwatchers, this is going to be 3 million.
So there we go. So yeah. I just guessed that, right? So that seems reasonable.
Man, I have my numbers wrong here. So between now and the end of August, let's say, just 2 months, right? 60 days, we are going to print 2.4 million vouchers in addition to what is already on the market. So vouchers are meaningless, guys. Vouchers are meaningless for Riftwatchers, unless they're going to be like, okay, well, now we're going to charge like 5 vouchers per.
Yes, but that's my point, right? So they can determine what they want to do. Again, Matt is really good at the economics of all this, right? They're not going to just let everything continue to slide, right? They know that this is important to us, and they have been really good caretakers of the community. So I'm not even remotely worried about it.
No.
When I become worried is you'll stop seeing me play. So, wow, Darkestnyte hasn't played in a week. That'll be your indicator.
That'd be a bad sign for sure.
It would be a bad sign.
All right, Paige is saying don't disk cash or using checks. Giving a physical object in order to purchase something has been proven that people value it more appropriately. I don't disagree. I'm not saying that everybody should be using credit cards, because credit is definitely dangerous. But there's like debit cards, which I think are the same thing as checks.
Right?
Yeah,
it's an electronic format, right? So,
yeah, it's the electronic format of it. So
yeah.
People that use cards spend more and worse. See, but here's the thing. I agree with credit cards, but not debit cards, because debit cards is the same thing as using a check, right? It's not like you have the cash with you. You know that you have X amount in the bank, and when you ring it up at the register, it's either you write it down or you swipe your card. So
Pedro, the diss was knowing how long it's going to take for that person to write out their check. It's a time sink, not a technology thing, right? So
there's also, but there's also a lot of judgment that comes from you. I'm just come on.
Well, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, if it's like, if it's like some like older lady, I'm just like, oh, this is so cute. Like she's like, she's like,
said that in a million years. Huh? I've never said that in a million years.
It's just like she's like living in like her reality still. You know what I mean? Like this is just how she does it.
We just described my mom too. So hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. There we go. All right. So level up some totems, combine them. Can you even level up totems?
Not right now. There's no utility at all. They're just there. They're just there as tokens. But I think that would make sense though, right? If you have more tokens than you have for utility, then chances are there's going to be some burn mechanism or something.
Yeah. Mitchell bought some DEC. Plan on buying packs. Very cool. Furious Chicken's in the house.
Oh,
What's going on? Still need to make that Furious Chicken meal sometime.
every time I see his logo, so I think, and again, you know, I love history, right? So I think of the Aztecs, who used to have those cloaks that were made of the bird feathers.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Well, that
huge fan of history.
that tracks. Did you ever listen to the Hardcore History podcast?
I have not.
To be honest, I haven't either, but I've heard very good things about it. So if you're a history buff, I heard it's really good.
I have listened to Drunken History. That's awesome. I love that.
That sounds like it could be fun.
Oh, dude, it's a real thing and it's hilarious.
I don't doubt it. I'll have to get the link from you later.
Yeah. Watch an episode, you'll be hooked.
I'm so behind on all the stuff you've recommended to me. There's the books that you've recommended too, so I need to go through and do that. Yeah, he was saying the odds of a 40x on other cards is much more reasonable than Kitty 40x.
That's exactly what he said.
That is
right.
Very, very well said.
Yeah. So for me, though, the purchase of the Kitty was not for investment at all. It was for utility.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So, all right. Saying how to chat. I'm waiting for Kitty prices to drop. You guys, let me get my dream.
That's what I did.
Not sure if you guys talked about it already, but any thoughts on what happened with Unit TQM's assets? I know a tract was sold. He came on and said that if you go to the map chat, and again, I briefly caught up on this, but I believe he said that he was like selling assets to buy a house or renovate his house or something. So that's like a real world utility, and everybody breathed a sigh of relief. When I first saw that assets were being sold, I was like, oh, and now it begins. The capitulation is here. People are selling. So we haven't reached that yet, but I think we'll get to a point where people start selling off assets.
So last summer, we had a member in our guild buy a house because the assets were worth so much. And his excuse, he said, hey, I want to buy a house and I want to get married. Those are the two things he said. He sold all his assets and he left. And ironically, that was the best time to do exactly that.
Oh, yeah. All right, hi, Chicken. I think Dwayne is pretty much spot on. Everything goes in cycles, not exactly as you think. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't think crypto is going anywhere, but I don't think every project's going to survive. Obviously, I'm betting a lot on Splinterland surviving because I think that they have a very solid team. And again, one of the best game economies that I've seen. So it's almost as if like if Splinterlands doesn't survive the bear market, I don't know how other companies will either, unless they're just getting cash infusions that they're bleeding out. You know what I mean? Until we get another bull run.
Yeah, we talked about this last time, right? Agrode, in terms of how they run their country, they were very specific, right? That they would treat the company as if they were in a bear market, and they would make decisions based on that. And now it's paying off.
Yeah.
So super easy.
Why does Cryptmancer say he reviews games on the blockchain such as Splinterlands when he seemingly reviews?
Because he does have other stuff out there.
Too. Oh, does he really?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm like,
not often. But
you gotta ask him. I mean, maybe does he talk about some of the other Hive games? Because it's easy to start reviewing some of the other Hive stuff out there.
Yeah, the thing is, when it's not Splinterlands, I'm less likely to watch it. So
that's fair. I don't get much or many views on like stepping content or other stuff either. But you know, if there's an audience there, then it's just people to chat with.
Yeah.
Future proofing. Yes. Yeah. Did you see how what is it? Gank's channel, they had to change their name. Gank and Walking Keys, they had to change from Splinterlands HQ to like now they're like NFT collectibles or something.
Yes, I did see that. Yeah, I did see that.
So I mean, it worked out for me because there was a point in which I was thinking about just starting a new channel called After Sound Splinterlands, but I'm glad I didn't, just because now I can talk about whatever I want to talk about.
Anything. Yeah.
I mean, we have. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
I was no, please go ahead. I'm not going to say anything smart.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh shoot! This is awful. I forgot what I was going to say. So we'll
see, it happens. Yes, it happens when you get older.
It does, man. Leonardo is the first time I think we're chatting, so welcome to the stream. Currently I have $550 in credits. Do you think that with this amount and considering that price will drop, I could build 3 decks to play in the Silver League? Yeah. I can answer that question for you relatively well. So if you go to the Splinter cheapcards.com. You can see set value here. $550. I don't think it's going to get you very much, but in order to get maxed sets for silver with Chaos Legion, a single set's going to cost you $1,200. Now you could do something where you go for like the cheaper cards, and maybe with half of this, you build out like 1 or 2 splinters and then just run those across 3 different decks. But I don't think that 550 is going to cut it to get like 3 very, very competitive silver decks. What do you think, Darkestnyte?
Yeah, so I don't. So the specific, question he asked was, I don't think about to get a maxed out deck, right? But the key is to be competitive, and so there are specific cards in each of those rarities that you got to have, right? So I think if you just pick those cards, because that's the same problem we talked about earlier, right? I have tons of cards in my collection that I never use. So get rid of all that. How much of that $1,207 value is cards that you'll never play competitively? So, and some of the more competitive cards might be in other sets that will provide really good value. So that's a really hard question to answer because the meta's changed so much.
I think the tough answer is just I don't think 550 is enough for even a single silver splinter deck. But
I would say, if I had to guess, if I had 550, what I would do in silver is I would buy. Let me just see the price real quick. Just give me 1 sec. I would buy a Mylor Crowling. That would be the card that I would get. How much is that? 1 cost. Oof. So
they're pretty pricey still. Yeah, you're just talking about just a level 1 though.
Yeah, level 1. So there's a level. What is that? So it would be level 3 for silver, right? Yes, it'll be level 3 for silver. So it's $231. I would tell you, I wouldn't buy. With 550, I would just rent.
That's probably a good way to do it, and then just build up organically. I mean, so with 550, I almost wonder if it would be worth just leveling up the summoners and then renting out all the cards that you need, because you don't need all of them, but if you rent the good ones, you'll probably get some.
So let's look at Kelia real quick. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, to buy a level 3 Kelia, you can do that for about $20. Yeah, I would probably about $20, maybe 25. That might be a better way to go, right?
Yeah,
because you know that Kelia is going to do work, right? Same thing with Quicks, right? That gives you the ability to balance, and play other splinters. So I think that might be the way to go. But I would say with 550, I would rent.
Yep, agreed. I think everyone says that they will buy X at Y prices, but when those prices hit exactly, they're like, "Oh, it's falling." Yeah,
all the time. I couldn't agree more.
That is just human nature.
Yep.
All right, so you and Darkestnyte need to suggest to the team that they use several vouchers for each pack of Riftwatchers. After Sound has access to the team, it should make suggestions. They're not going to listen to me.
Well, you guys got guys like Matt, and those guys are smart, man. They know their business. I don't think they need a whole lot of recommendations from us.
Yeah, maybe if I sing it to them, then they'll
maybe hypnotize them.
I'll hypnotize them.
Yeah.
Oh man. Who says they've learned their lesson with Chaos Legion? 15 million.
Yeah.
I think Matt is still fine with 15 million. We're seeing packs sell out faster now, guys. So here's the thing: if packs sell out by the end of the year or by November, when aggro says, then like everybody who says that there were too many packs, like you're not. That just shows that you're not listening, right? You like it's indicative not of what the team is doing. It's indicative of the fact that you're not listening to the team. They want this stuff to last for a year, and if it does last a year, then they are spot on, and they have every right to not give a crap about what you say. Because they set their goals publicly and they're on track to hit them. So if it goes beyond that into next year, then yeah, sure, we can start to throw some criticism curveballs at them. But at this point in time, it hasn't been proven yet
Right. Business objectives versus player objectives.
Yeah,
Right. With many people in the comments here may not remember when you couldn't get an untamed pack.
I
Those
remember.
were terrible times. You
Yep.
always want to be able to buy packs, right? That keeps new players engaged and able. If the only source of cards is the marketplace, then you're paying a premium for all those cards, right? As opposed to having the ability to open up packs. So those, and that's a reason why an untamed pack now costs $36 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So because they're still considered a premium. And the same thing will happen when there are no more cards, for Chaos Legion. The price of those packs will go through the roof. Right. Otherwise, you'd have seen prices for Untamed drop, and they haven't.
Yeah, well, they also got the crazy, like, insane valuations too per pack on the secondary market. So
Yep, absolutely.
But you're lagging. That's not good. I get Yu-Gi-Oh vibes from Furious Chicken's logo. I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh is so much fun. It's a good game.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
My kids absolutely.
I'm missing out there.
Oops, sorry about that.
Got to take a call?
Nope.
No, you good? All right. Hardcore History Podcast is excellent. Oh, this is coming from our guildmate. So,
okay, I'm going to check it out.
I've heard so many good things. I just haven't made the time to listen to it yet. I have listened to that podcast. Yeah, it's good. Cool. Truth Triumphant is my favorite history book. Never heard of it, but
I'll add that to the list.
Add that as well. Can you actually make money on Rising Star with Millionaire Mission nerfed? Yeah, I mean, I haven't done the math recently, but I think I'm still making more from Rising Star than I am from Splintertools. Oh no, that's not true. The new ranked rewards has definitely changed things because I'm not making $100 a month with Rising Star. But you can make money, and I'm honestly I'm buying DEC with a lot of that. I'm reinvesting whatever I need to in order to keep building within the game, and then everything else is just going into DEC or eventually packs.
Yeah, I'm actually going to try Rising Star today. We talked about that on Sunday.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'm going to try it today. It's free to play, so why not?
Go for it. You should use make sure you use someone's affiliate link.
I will. Yep.
Don't use mine. Just somebody shill your affiliate link to Darkestnyte here. You would start a recap, or you should start a recap channel for the night after. That's actually the recap. I didn't go with Darkestnyte on that. I'm getting the naked whatever channels on.
Oh, yeah.
The night after. Splinter survives and we all make bank next Bitcoin halving. I hope so. I think that's what we're all.
We're gonna have so many assets by the time. I mean, just from playing, right? We're gonna play for the next 18 months. We get cards every day. We get all the assets every day. People will want those assets in the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when land comes out and there's a thriving economy there. Like, people are going to want to be part of that.
I cannot wait for land, but that's still a while away. Bitcoin is just consolidating at 18 to 20K. Why are prices when its assets still falling? Bitcoin hasn't had a huge drop. Because everybody's selling assets to buy more Bitcoin.
Yes.
So that's just
I would say I would agree with that. And the demand is just not there, right? So our prices went up because more people came into the game and needed those assets, right? The bots are still recovering from ranked rewards, right? So we have that scenario. So there's a lot going on.
I mean, during bear markets, a lot of things just end up consolidating into Bitcoin. So we're seeing Bitcoin dominance start to rise again. So that should definitely help.
Until the next event, we have some other Luna type thing, and then people get afraid again. And when people are forced to liquidate, it's forced selling, right? Which always tanks the price. So it's buying unleveraged. That's what happens.
Yeah. Burn Chaos Legion packs. Okay, let's play this out. Would you rather burn Chaos? Let's say we get to like 2023 and there's still maybe 5 million left. Would you rather the team burn the packs, or would you rather they give it out to active players? Or increase, or actually the best way to do it is probably like increase the drop rates in
Yeah, 'cause
the
you're already giving it out to active players, right? That's already happening.
yeah. Well, I was I meant it as like an airdrop, right? It's just like if you've been playing over the past 30 days, X amount of battles, then they're just gonna airdrop you like 100
Yeah.
packs or something.
No, just let them hang in the marketplace. Let whoever wants packs always be able to get packs, right?
Hmm.
Just always. I mean, hell, was 15 million enough? Right? Don't know. Right? Was it should have been 20 or 30 million? Again, I saw what happens when you don't have packs you can buy. It
Yeah.
is not good, right? You
God,
want new players to be able to get packs always. Something. You want them to be able to buy something.
I love the fact that or like at the beginning of the video I was saying, I love the fact that we have all of this on record now.
Yeah.
And especially people's comments, because I cannot wait in like 6, 12, 18 months when there's no packs available and people
Yes.
would be like and I'm
And
gonna be
people
like,
will be
hey,
screaming. Yeah.
remember, I have a clip here of you saying you wanted to burn Chaos Legion packs.
Yeah. People were screaming that there were no packs to be sold. And now we have packs, right? Yeah.
I
They
don't
don't need to be burned. They'll be opened or put on the secondary market, right? Again, we are 87.43% to the next airdrop, right? So that's
Mhm.
next week, like next week after that, definitely by the end of the month, right? And when that first summoner comes out, those packs are gonna fly. And then it's gonna keep on going fast,
Yeah.
fast, 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 fast. And then the next summoner will drop it and it'll be super huge, right? What everyone's waiting for is the next Yodin, the next Kitty, the next whatever it's gonna be that's gonna define the meta. And
Mhm.
I think Grandmaster Wraith or Wrath, I said Wrath today. Wrath is a perfect example to me of an OP card, right? It's gonna be
Yeah.
super OP.
I mean, it's definitely going to be an abused card in the beginning because people will finally have a chance to have a legendary summoner.
Yes,
So
absolutely. Like super good, right?
definitely
Wow, look
help.
at Jacqueline, and she must like you.
Oh my gosh, Jacqueline, what? I don't even know what to say. Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
Jack.
much, Jacqueline. Thanks to you and to Stock Jockey for your, your continued support of the channel. We will make sure to pay it
Yeah.
forward. How are you doing today? I hope you had a good fourth.
Yeah.
Hold on. There was okay. Well, one final thing that I just want to say on the burning
Yeah.
Chaos Legion packs. I don't think that just to think about it logically, I don't think that they would ever burn Chaos Legion packs.
Yeah. There's no
Let's
reason
say
to.
we get to a point where there's a lot of community pressure and frustration, and let's say the team like wants to get to rebellion or whatever the case is. I think at that point they would just accelerate the amount that are given to players, because why burn the packs when you can give more assets to the players that are here and reward them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
But here's the thing, right? It's already, I mean, it's already taken care of itself. As DC drops, it makes buying the Chaos Legion packs more cost effective, right? Which is the thing that you're earning while you're playing the game.
mhm.
Right? So instead of holding on to I have 28,000 DC now. I could buy packs with that if I wanted to right now. Right?
True, yeah.
So, or I can hold on to it, wait for it to drop more. I mean, getting packs with DC is very cost effective, right? Because again, it's 4,000 per pack, right? So the more DC you have, the better. So in theory, I could wait till DC hits 0.0003, and now what is that? A 66% discount on packs?
Yeah,
So I mean, like that's practically giving them away,
that would be. Yep.
right? The key is you have to remain vigilant and see when that happens, and then go buy your DC and then go buy your packs.
Yeah. Or it may even be better if time between sets is longer. Yeah, well, they do want to have time. I don't know how much time, but they do want to have some time.
Oh, it definitely builds the hype, right? I mean, we all benefited from, if you were in the game and you had assets, we absolutely benefited last year when there were no packs to be purchased, right? All of us did. If you sold, right? Some of us unfortunately bought, but that's okay.
It's okay. Do a 4th of July giveaway. All right. Well, we got to do something that since Jackie was very generous, we're going to pay it forward here. When are the new league CP brackets coming? I believe that they're coming. Oh my God, is it next week? It is next week. So I think Cryptomancer said unofficially that they're aiming for the 14th on Discord. So that's next Thursday.
Yeah, we had a short season too, which was
I thought it was going to be season end, which is actually 1 week from today. But if it doesn't happen then it sounds like the 14th. Even with a millionaire mission nerf, if you ever plan on exiting Rising Star, you can all sell the cards. Yep, it's true. What's going on, Oscar? It's good to have you here. Do you guys think that we were getting too many rewards? Seems like we were getting too many rewards. No, I think it's better for all the players. It's easier to level up cards now, which is great. You should always be on together. Giveaway, don't burn. Okay. Yeah, see, I agree. I don't think they're going to burn packs. I think they would just rather give it to... All right, so you're getting a request here, Darkestnyte, to always be on the show. So
can't do that,
guys. Darkestnyte has a life, unlike me, right? So he's like the dude's out.
I'm flattered.
Scuba diving and what other hobbies do you want to share with the group?
I'm a scuba diver, runner, gamer. Come on, I have other
gaming. See,
yes. Yeah, hold on. So actually, it's been too long since I've submitted a game in Splinterland, so that's what I'm doing right now.
Got to keep it going. All right, keep packs, keep chaos packs exactly as they are. It's good people have access to them. I agree. I wouldn't want to see more than 3 months in between Chaos Legion Sellout and Rebellion. I think that could be a little crazy. I do the millionaire mission daily and don't have any concerns with keeping up with fans. I agree. Jackie. All right, so Jackie. Can I call you Jackie? I think you introduced yourself as Jackie one time. I got to ask. You said that you aren't even playing this game yet. It sounds like Stock Jackie is playing, but you're planning to join. Yeah. So, as somebody on the outside looking in, what is it that excites you about the game? Like what? To be very blunt with you, what do you get out of these live streams? Because like. It's funny because someone, whenever I have a friend or even like my mom who will like tune in or watch like one of the videos, she's like, I have no idea what you're saying, but you sound like you know what you're talking about. So for people who don't play the game, I'm wondering, well, I guess maybe we do talk about a lot of like crypto stuff here too, right? Crypto and markets.
Fun, right? It's fun. It's the passion. That's what I would say.
True.
Right. And what's really cool is I like seeing a lot of the same people and their thoughts and things like that, right? Like even in the comments, you see such an intelligence around the space, right? An experience around the space. And that's really good, right? So even as an investor, right? So even on IT, so I do IT, right? There are people that will pay consulting fees to have the same kind of conversations that we're having right now, right? For people with a passion and knowledge around something, that's how they choose what to invest in, right? So they want to hear it from somebody that's in that space. And so I would say a lot of people that were investors, right? So for example, a year ago, when everything was blowing up, whoever the content creators were at that time, there were investors there that were listening to their content. So there's a value there, right? And again, I'm sure Jackie will tell us, but it's a really good community, and it's unusual.
Yeah.
From my experience, it's very unusual.
I don't say it just to be patronizing, but I feel like I learn more from you guys than whatever I give out. Like I'm just kind of sharing my opinion, and I love being able to call myself out when I'm wrong, because I never want someone to be like, oh, he knows what he's talking about, or it's just like, it's just fun for me. But I get so much out of doing the live streams. And that's why we do these. I think I've been pretty good on this whole like 3 times a week, right? Just because like it's more fun for me to talk to you guys and have some feedback.
And the amount of content that you put out multiple times a day, even when you live stream, right? There's always something. So
yeah, it's funny now. I've been getting like some hustlers, not hustlers, like they're like people who are just trying to like, build their businesses out there, who are like, hey, I could help you like with YouTube optimization and like video editing and all this. And I'm like, oh, like that sounds cool, but then I have to pay you. And then like, I literally, it's just like, I get a thought in my head, I do a little research, and then I press record, I record my thoughts, and then I post it up on YouTube. and then I jump into the comments to talk to people. Yep. So
to me, it's obvious you're an entertainer by naturally, right?
thank
because
you.
you can see that, right? So look at these guys. Their comments are
I
hilarious.
there's some funny comments that are coming up that I can't wait to get to. So first of all, okay, so YouTube takes a huge cut, so that's not going to be 9,000 bandits, but I may just buy 9,000 bandits to celebrate regardless.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Jacqueline. To 4th of July giveaway. So you want to give away in 364 days? Oh, you guys make me laugh. My request is for Darkestnyte to narrate the lore videos. Oh,
I would love to do
Would
that.
you
Oh
really?
my God. You know, like Splinterland's lore is, and again, I've said this from the very beginning, Splinterland's lore to me is fascinating.
Dude, you have the voice for it too. Can you give us like a little preview? Can you just go and like read somebody's lore? Just like read it in your best lore voice, and then I'm gonna clip this. I'm gonna clip it and send it to.
Wait, actually, you know what? Can I practice first? Let me practice first.
Sure. Okay. Fine.
Yeah,
but
dude, I'll do Waka.
Oh, see, there we go. Oh,
yeah.
we're
gonna
need
too. Yeah.
We're gonna need This is a great idea. I have 0 pull on the creative team, but.
But just a thing. I mean,
I will send it in.
I would love to walk around Splinterfest and just talk about lore, right?
Yeah, right.
Did you know that Archmage Arius is the leader of all the summoners on Mount Gox? Like that would be just fantastic.
Yeah,
right? I would love to just talk about lore all day long.
That would be really cool. Oh man, I love this idea. Who is it? Brave Tofu that suggested it? I have Brave Tofu. We're good. I don't know what I can do within my power, but even if it's just a guest appearance, I want to get Darkestnyte on.
Yeah.
All right. After Night Forever. Oh, they're already shipping us. Look at that. He plays polo. Do you play polo?
I don't play polo. I have played once, and I didn't like it because it made my back hurt.
Was that on a horse? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That would do it. Are there other ways to play polo?
I have no fans. Yeah, you can play water polo.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the problem was the horse, and I'm not really a rider normally, and so my back kept getting pushed down into the saddle.
Yeah.
So I don't like it.
No, you do have fans here. People are going to be hounding you at Splinterfest.
It's going to be awesome.
People are going to be like. People will be like, Darkestnyte, please read this lore to me right now. Well,
it'll be hilarious.
It's Vegas too. They're gonna be like, let me take you back up to my room and you can just read lore to me all night long.
I might get that.
I just tuned in for the Tinder ads. Well, guys, that is my one and only sponsor is all of the naked HC ads. So yes, enjoy the two together. We have fun, Darkestnyte. That's all it is, man. You know what's great about this too is like we'll just call each other randomly now and like talk about. I mean, most of the time we're talking about this, but just stuff. Darkestnyte is just a cool dude. So I'm excited for hopefully people to meet him and hang out with him at Splinterfest.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward to meeting you. I've never shaken your hand yet, so. This is what I'm excited about.
We'll do a happy hour. That's what we should do. Is just get everybody together. I'm going to be there hopefully Thursday all the way till Monday. And we, I think that'll be just fun. Maybe get together a happy hour. Just say, hey, we're going to be in the hotel lobby this time. We'll all be wearing our Archmage Arius shirts.
Oh, I got to get mine. Yeah.
Yes, I got to order mine too. And we're just going to have a good time, man.
Should be fun. Definitely great people in this community. Are you still planning on having players on your stream sometime? Gathering the Magic, do you want to come on?
Yeah, I mean, I think you've offered that a couple of times, right?
I have offered that. So the only, I'll do it with people. I will do it with people who, I'll do it with people who are like here regularly. I won't do it to randoms because since this is live, the last thing I need is to like have someone come on and then just like moon the camera or
Tinder
give us a live version because then it's like, all right, well I got to take down the video now, so that sucks.
Right. And then people say, hey, did you hear about what happened on After live stream? Dude, then everyone would tune in for that.
Oh yeah, actually, there's no such thing as bad press. Gathering Magic, let me know though. I would love to chat.
Splinterland Scientist, nice.
Okay. See, it's all about that voice, Darkestnyte.
All right, and I think I have a terrible voice, to be honest.
What? Are you kidding me?
So funny.
It's deep and You and Nick could do like the sexy Darkest Night and sexy Nate voices.
So here's the thing. I won't go back and listen to when you post and I'm on it. I absolutely will not listen to it. I never have.
It's tough to listen to yourself, right?
Yeah.
You have to grow to do it. I mean, as a musician, I have to do it. So,
Yeah.
but the first couple times you're like, oh, is that me? Ugh.
But dude, your album on Spotify, excellent.
Oh, well, thank you.
Excellent.
Appreciate that. Ooh, I don't know how much I'm gonna mix stuff, but I do have some new music coming out, which is exciting. So.
Excellent. Yeah.
I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sponsor my own channel. My music channel is gonna sponsor this one. So if you guys see an ad for my music, then that'll be my first and only sponsor. I posted this in the Map channel. Nate Aguila, have you met Darkestnyte?
Oh my God.
Incredible voice. Oh my, hey, we're gonna make it happen, dude. We are gonna make it happen.
So you know what's gonna happen? He's gonna say, "That's the guy that beat me this week."
I mean, I have one of my usual meetings with Nate later this week, so I'm gonna be like, hey, did you check your Discord recently? You know, if we ever have any need for who would you want to like? Oh, I guess it'd just be like narrating the lore. I was almost thinking like it'd be cool to do like voice acting for like one of the characters.
I have a friend of mine that from when I was in high school that does voice acting, and I could never do that. Like so amazing. But what I do like though is talking about the lore, right? So and you have a creative team that actually puts out the videos stuff like that, which I think are excellent.
A lot of hard work.
I like
not just me.
I have a vision in my head
mostly. No, I was saying there's a lot of really hardworking people that put that together, and I was saying not me, but
whatever. No, I've heard the music, dude. The music is.
I just do the music at the end, but the story and everything, the visuals, like that. There's a whole full team there, which is really really talented and hardworking.
So of all the songs you've done, my favorite one is "Chaos Is Here." That one is excellent, right?
That was a fun one.
Perfect time, and then the one for Jared Scar I thought was really good too.
No,
again, they're all good, right? But those are the two that were standouts.
I'm a fan of both of those. I'm glad you like them.
Yep. So, but I would so catch this as an idea is a Splinterlands like fan fiction movies, right? Which you guys kind of doing that now, right? But I would love to see a television show or an anime or something similar to that for some of these characters. There's a depth of lore here and character development that keeps getting bigger and bigger. And to not do something with that is like a crime.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I'm most bullish on when it comes to Splinterlands has nothing to do with the game, but the intellectual property.
Oh yeah,
right? I think they've done such a great job investing in talented people to bring a lot of these characters to life. Sure. And so whether that's like a comic or Netflix show or cartoon or whatever in the future, I think it'd be really cool just to like share some of these stories because the characters are so complex, detailed, beautifully drawn, right? Yeah. And it's like to give them this life, to give them a narrative or a story within a broader narrative. I like the lore is fun for me. Like I know that it's like my job and I have to like read it and but like I enjoy what they're doing with this because not especially when I see like a character who's a card and I'm just like, oh, this is super cool, right? Like this person I play with all the time. Yep. So I get excited about what they can potentially do with the intellectual property in the future.
Absolutely. So, and again, you know, imagine if they had a television show, right? Like just a series, a couple of seasons, right? And then Waka comes on playing his card, right? Because he's an actor too. He's an actor and a singer, right? So he could easily jump in, or someone else, right? Someone else that looks similar to their card. And imagine the whole story of Chaos Legion, right? Just that story alone. Most of the script is already written.
Yeah.
Right. We know exactly what's going to happen. So, well, maybe we do. So, but we know, but it's being delivered, right? So I think it's super cool.
Yeah, no, I'm excited about it. So please read me a bedtime story on your daddy night too.
Yeah, so send me a challenge and you'll get your story all right. And then Darkestnyte won.
Send him a challenge and he'll put you to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. That's what.
Maybe in the future we'll be remembered as Chaos Legion players and be telling I think
absolutely.
so. I think so.
Absolutely.
In the same way
And
where
you
people
know,
are just like, whenever somebody says like, oh yeah, I came in like when Untamed was like out, it's like, oh, like you're rich, right? Like there's somebody who's like, oh yeah, I was here when like beta was launched. It's like, oh, like you're OG. So I think that's gonna be the same thing with Chaos too. Maybe
there's a
not at the same level,
video that Clove put out, I think it was 10 months ago,
but
which it with the name of the video, and you can YouTube it, right? It said, my Splinterlands collection is now worth over $1 million.
Woo.
It's out there.
It's
So
crazy.
and so that's what's, I mean, again, casual players, but she was hardcore the whole time, right?
Yeah.
From the very beginning. So that makes sense, right? But again, she bought, these things. People were burning these cards, right, for DEC.
Yep.
So yes, but if you didn't burn them and you held on to them,
All those cards went up in value.
everything outrageous.
Yeah. Gather Magic, would love to be on the show or work. Hey, are you connected with me on Discord? Hit me up on Discord or Instagram, and we can find a time. If it's not a live stream, then we can even just chat separately.
I specifically went and bought a camera to do this, by the way. Just
yeah, we want to see your pretty face. So go get a camera. I mean, no, it's fine if you want to be mysterious like Tales from the Cryptmancer.
Yes, super mysterious.
I don't know where it was that I think it was on this live stream. I asked him just like, are you gonna be wearing a mask at Splinterfest? And he said no. So now I'm just like, I'm gonna be like snapping pictures with him.
Wear a mask. I think he should wear
one
of those masks. What's the name of that movie? V for Vendetta masks.
Oh yeah.
The guy, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but yeah, he should totally wear that just for a little bit, and then have the big reveal.
Just for the mystery of it. Absolutely. Makes it much more interesting. All right, the thing I cannot see on stream is the streamer's height. It would be funny if Dwayne is 5 feet tall and after sound. Nope, I'm not super tall, but it'd be funny if Dwayne was. I think that Dwayne is probably taller than me.
He's Pierce tall, and I said that last stream. I said he seems ex-military to me. But then we said Mountie. We settled in on him being a Mountie.
On a Mountie, yeah. No, I'm not tall, so people are not going to find me at Splinterlands. I'll just be running around. Drunken lore, like drunken history.
That's drunken. Drunken. Oh, I could totally do that. But I don't think you can drink alcohol on YouTube, though. I think you'll get censored or something. I've rarely seen.
Well, we just blur the picture or something. I don't know.
We'll figure it out. I would totally do that. That I would absolutely do.
Because they have the written lore somewhere, so you should just be making drunken versions of them.
Well, but the thing is, you could read the lore, but then you can't reference it after that, right? So you could read a bunch of lore, and then someone in the live stream could say, hey, tell us the lore about so-and-so. And then you have to go from memory, and you're drunk.
All right. Well, this is turning into a game now.
All right. You know what? We'll talk about that after, because I might be down for that.
Fun. All right. Darkestnyte has a voice with a lot of character to it. Definitely enjoyable.
What? I can't hear that at all.
This is man, you're getting so many compliments today. I love it. Look at this. I'd want to voice act Grum.
Oh, nice.
That'd be fun.
But that's all. I think there is a voice acting of Grum already in the lore, if I remember correctly.
So David on the creative team is the voice actor.
He's really good.
Yeah, really, really talented. I mean, like I listened to it and it doesn't sound like it's all one person.
Yeah.
But he voices everything.
Now, I have been on the radio before when I was in college, and
the radio voice.
When you hear the whole story, I voice acted an abominable snowman. I got one scream in. That was it. Yeah.
I would voice act Furious Chicken. Okay. I mean, that could be interesting. You need a mod? Yeah, probably. Yeah. There's SPL message. It seems we're for sure getting. Oh, is there something on Discord?
Yeah, we knew that.
Let me check. I mean, I know that we were getting it this month, but is there a new message here on official? No, there's nothing. Oh, there will be no downtime today as the team is focusing on delivering Modern Wild. The current season will end 7/13 and Modern Wild. Okay, so they just said for 7/14.
Here we go.
So there you go. You got the official.
And we can test it on the QA server too. So it looks nice. I like it.
It's a nice clean interface. Animate the current lore stories. They could be shorter but animated.
But
Yeah,
they're
I think
kind
they
of
would just need to bring
already
in more. I guess not visual artists, but I guess animators of the
but
visual artists.
real animation, yeah, because I think they're slightly animated now, which is good. And the voice acting is excellent, but to develop other characters, like I think in the last one, I think it was called Lightbringer. Yeah, it was called
Yeah,
Lightbringer. So that was really good. Well done, right? So I like when they do the voice of the Scavo hirelings. I think the one before that.
hmm
So it's good. I mean, they're definitely developing the lore, and I think that's one of the better
yeah.
things I think about the team.
I just love that Agrod and Yaba are like characters in the story too, which is fun.
Yeah. Yep.
I
But wait,
do
now
like.
what characters are they?
Wait, are you asking seriously?
Yeah.
Wait, what lore was put out?
So I think 'cause I've heard this before that they have their characters. I just don't know which ones they
Hold
are.
on, I don't want to get myself in trouble here.
Oh, never mind. Let's go. Move
Wait,
on.
what was the most recent lore? You just mentioned
The
Lightbringer.
Lightbringer.
Yeah, so what happened in there? Do you
So
remember
they
the
had
story?
two. So they have two mages. Well, really three mages that are fighting against the. I think Ul is his name, right? The god.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, do you remember the names of the two mages?
I do not.
Oh, okay. It's Agrodius and Yabaneus.
Oh, I missed that.
It's just like, wait a second. Is this like a? Oh, yeah. So it's Agrodius and Yabaneus are the
Oh,
ones fighting, and they're taking
you know what?
turns.
Totally missed it because again, it was a great story. I was more focused on the story.
Yeah. No, that's
Oh,
fair. Well, again, it's different for you because like I read the story, right? I read
yeah,
the
I didn't read
before
it.
before everything was recorded, so I read it. I'm just like Agrodius and Yabaneus. It's like
Oh, that makes it even 10 times better. That makes
yeah.
it even better now.
So they're like the OP wizards in the story, which are bringing us Splinterlands, which is cool. So
That's awesome.
I'd love to see some type of new media for Splinterlands, like
Yeah,
a comic or
comic would be
show.
great. Absolutely.
That would be fun. I mean, not that I'm not enjoying what I'm doing now, but that'd just be fun to work on too.
Yeah.
Because again, like the intellectual property, there's just so much.
And who
stuff
knows?
there.
Maybe they're moving towards that. The lore that they're
Mhm.
doing now. I mean, we're having a conversation literally about that now. So I think they're doing great. But I do agree. A nice web comic or something would be
Yeah.
awesome.
You know, I was just thinking I want someone to do like funny, you know, like Dilbert style comments or comics, but like Dilbert style, but like in Splinterlands. So
Yes,
like
absolutely.
just making fun of like certain situations and like I don't know. I'll have to think of some funny jokes, but
So there was a comic strip back in like the 80s and 90s about Dungeons and Dragons that had a similar thing.
oh really? Okay.
And there's tons of talented people in the community, right? They could do it if they can totally do it if they want. So I don't know if I would need the company to do that, right? Focus on the game.
Yeah,
But
focus on the game.
the fan community is huge.
Well, here's the thing. If you guys go and actually, so we're going to put this out right now. So if you go and you could create fan fiction, whatever style, like art, whatever you specialize in, and then go post it on Hive,
Yeah.
and you could actually monetize it. People will upvote and support it, and it'll be cool. And even if the team never like looks at it or recognizes it or anything, like you could get something out of it. But I would say that if you are able to create solid content, put it on there, not only would you be financially rewarded, but who knows? The team might be like, "Hey, can we like tap you to use this or something?"
Yep.
So, again, I can't speak for them, but just that, yeah. All right, so it'd be nice to see it work for once. What do you mean?
If they go back to previous. Oh, yeah, maybe that.
Oh, to see if like a new comic would work. Okay.
Yeah.
Close said she would literally just buy cards every day, maybe like $5 a day. But that $5 is easily 100 plus today, even with the low period.
Yeah, I do the same thing. So I've started doing that now. So, and I think you have too, right? So the key, it started out with making sure that I had all of the new meta cards or cards I thought would become meta. That's why I bought the Infiltrator, right? Because I said, oh, Infiltrator is going to be awesome, right? And then I bought the Venator. So, because I think those are going to be meta cards, right? So, and even if they're not, eventually they're going to go out of print and they'll be worth something. But yeah, I mean, imagine, there's a couple of cards. I think even some guys in our guild said that. It was the Wood Nymph. That was one. We had the whole
Yep.
conversation around wood nymph. That was the one. And they would just buy tons and tons of wood nymphs, right? Well, the conversation was, what card is similar to wood nymph? And it's actually the card, the white one that is the Crystal Smith, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, Crystal Smith. And does basically the same thing. But you don't see a lot of Crystal Smith in games, right?
Mhm.
But at the level we play, but maybe at some of the lower levels, maybe it's a critical card. Don't know.
Yeah. Oh, well, look, I mean, again, stay away from my bandits, but take a look at all of these cards that are going for a penny right now. The newer cards I can't really speak to, but you know that the older cards were going for 20 to 30 cents
Yeah.
at a certain point, right? While they were still in print after the bronze nerfs last year. So will they get up to 20 cents? I can't say that with any kind of confidence. I'm just saying that in the past, people were willing to pay 20 cents for them. So in the future, I don't think that they'll be 1 penny. But imagine if you spend $5 a day buying 500 of these cards. And if they do go to that 20-cent range, then that is the 20x, right? That's turning your $5 a day into $100 a day. Again, not financial advice. I'm just saying that if they do go back to previous things, or I mean, even if they go to 10 cents, that's a 10x right there.
Yeah.
So,
well, here's something funny. I've used Heatsmith more lately.
really?
Oh yeah. So I'm so used to using Amplify now that I
Mhm.
have to have it on my
It's
team.
just, it's nice.
Yeah, it's just so.
He makes a good front and back tank with thorns.
Yep.
So,
Yep. It's really good. It's a solid card, but I think it takes time for the meta to evolve to incorporate something as critical as
Amplify. Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what it's a habit, right? That's why the Splintertools work so well, right? People have a habit of the cards that they use often, and they can predict that. But when you start mixing things up and you have to experiment, right? You Amplify is just, it's just too good not to have it on your team in almost every battle, especially when you have Reflect, Thorns,
Mhm.
or Return Fire.
Yeah. No, it's to me, Amplify is still so new that we haven't fully realized its
Oh yeah.
potential just yet. Because who knows what kind of combinations can pop up with monsters in Riftwatchers, for example. So
But then you have Reflection Shield, which blocks all that, right? So
true. Yeah, actually true. Yeah.
So it's there, right, as a danger, but also the counter's there as well. So it just makes it more complex.
But not always. I mean, I think they're like adjacent but not perfect counters to one another.
Yes.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Venator Kinjo is my favorite new rewards card. Using gold.
I think I'll come back.
Okay, cool. Hold on, let me just shoot him a message real quick. Just message me when you get back. All right. Let's see. Oh my god, we've been on for 2 hours already. You guys are fun. All right, let's see. So Venator Kinjo is my favorite rewards card. Using gold. Love it. Die Yoden. Venator Kinjo is definitely a solid card. I don't use it as much. Actually, I don't even have a leveled up one, so I don't. But I haven't used it to its full potential just yet. Justin, you're late. You're not forgiven. You're banned. Just kidding. Thanks for coming through, man. Justin, what time is it for you right now? Because isn't it like super late? It's 12:30 in the afternoon for me. All right. David, do you guys feel the website creates an experience that engages the story? I think it'd be great to have the design of the card border implemented on the website user interface. No. I think that the website leaves a lot to be desired, but I am not a developer, so I'm not a developer. So what I'm trying to say with that is I don't know how much work goes into that, but I'm just going to say that I don't think that it's the best that it could be right now, and I think that there's a lot of improvements that could be put into it. But I'm sure that requires a lot of talent and work, which I don't have, but I'm hoping that the team will focus on in the future, because the website it's the first thing that people see, right? And so when you have a game that is not mobile or not like your standard computer style game where you get this nice intro opening sequence and some kind of tutorial and some storyline and cutscenes and things like that. Since we don't get anything, it's just like the page has to the page has to look awesome. And I like the new design with Modern and Wild. I feel like it's sleeker. I like the color choices. I mean, Wild, I don't know about purple, but it is what it is. But again, not that my opinion matters. But I think that there's a lot that could be done with the website. But hopefully we're getting towards that. So they've brought in a lot of people to work on this stuff. Buy 150,000 packs. I want my summoner. I wish I had the capital for that. I still need to buy some packs so that I can get another summoner. Uh-oh. Got another scammer here. Man, they got so many accounts. How do you make this many accounts? All right. Matt Strat, I was wondering if you'd be willing to share how you are compensated being a part of the team. Obviously, if you don't feel comfortable sharing, no hard feelings. I was just curious. It's not that I don't feel comfortable. The most basic thing is I'm not a full-time employee. I'm a contractor for the team. So whatever projects that they have for music, I'll do, and then it's just on an hourly basis. But they do have a large number of like full-time employees, and they're really building out a nice infrastructure as a company that has a large employee base. So I think that's really, really good, because I have worked in the corporate environment before, and I think having that foundation and structure is good for building a solid company and rewarding the people that are there and putting a lot of time, energy, and sweat into the game. So most recent one is Rangers, Tower Griffins and stuff. Oh, that's the one that just came out, right? When was Lightbringer? Was that 2 weeks ago? I'm usually just like 1 week ahead. That's all. So like I finished the song for this upcoming. I finished the song for this upcoming lore, or whenever the next one drops. They usually drop on Thursdays. So I finished the song for that last night. Tower Griffins and stuff. For example, there's a streamer on Twitch named Play-Doh who gave the team the name Splinterlands. I believe they gave him like 200,000 Chaos Legion packs, obviously after the fact. Interesting. Okay. That's actually pretty cool. Because they were called Steam Monsters before. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else you're asking, but I literally, all I do is I work on some music for them. Right now it's been lore focused, but whenever there's like other things. So for example, the Jared Scar one was something, and I don't know if they'll have like trailers for any of the other upcoming releases. So if they do, then I'll hop in and try to write some cool stuff. Who cares about lore when bots take over Splinterlands? Well, then we have to write the lore about the bots. And who's the leader of the bot army? We'll have to write a song about them. I love going off focus just to slap a bot around. You can tell from history. Yeah, me too. I like I said, I don't even enjoy playing or going only for my focus anymore. I just play to have fun. So sure, like I've had a death. Whoa, I've somehow accumulated 6 chests. That's awesome. So if I can play death, then I will. But if there's like another card that I see that, or another like opponent that I see that's playing something, and they're just spamming it, I love to change it up on them and do something that they're not going to expect. Darkestnyte, you back? Ready? Cool.
Sorry about that. I had to take an important call.
Nah, you're all good. I just realized we're closing in on almost 2.5 hours here, so
yes,
start to wrap up if you want.
In a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna play one game. I see you're playing some now. You just won your last game?
No, I was just showing off how good I am, but no, it's just no. I was just telling or I was just saying that I'm not really focused on doing my daily focus anymore. Mm-hmm. I just play to try to get the win, and that was in response to William's great comment here, saying that he loves going off focus just so he can slap a bot around.
Yes, I agree.
Ooh, Darkestnyte, question for you. What are the average prices of legendary gold foil when Untamed packs were selling? Do you remember?
I don't. So because having a card like that was never even on my radar.
Yeah. Interesting. There's got to be one of those historical prices that you can go and look up.
Yeah, the Summoner's Lab should have that, actually.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Stay away from the vampire bats.
Oh, man. Vampire bat won me a game.
Oh, did they really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Matt Strat, were you around when there were? Oh, you forgot about that. Yeah. 30-cent pellet cores, $5 Venaris. Yeah, Heath Smith is the only one that never really took off, but right.
Yeah, and but here's the thing, right? It's now it's niche, right? So when you want to have amplify in fire when you can't use a neutral card, right?
Yeah.
So 'cause I think it's the only one with amplify. Yeah, in
In
fire.
fire, yeah, it is.
It's so good. Like it's just so good.
Mhm. How do I reach you on Discord? Just are you on Discord? Are you in the server? If you just go in the server and you type in the little @ symbol and then start typing in after sound, you should see me pop up there. I don't know what my 4 digits are.
Why are you not advancing, man?
Oh, I just hit it. I just hit it
Oh, okay.
recently. So but I kind of like slapping people around in gold a little bit. So I don't know. Should I go for it?
Go for it.
I know I will. I will at some point. After sound. I can't even search myself. Why not?
Yes. So yeah, the Splintertools now is helping me out a little bit more because now it's at least letting me see whatever the cards that are being played, and then I can do a counter. But now I have to know what the counter is, right? So it doesn't take that part of the skill away, right? So if I see somebody with taunt, right, then maybe I do a little scatter shot. So it's
Works out.
because I mean you can have a taunt mob, right, or monster, right, but without the back line, it's useless. So you gotta find a way to take.
True. Yeah. All right. So gathering the magic, it's 5732. So after sound 5732. So you can find me hopefully that way.
Hey, what are you up to? Oh, I see it right there. So you're up to 9 season chests.
Yeah, it's been a little slow season for me, but now that I'll be in Diamond, that should start to ramp up relatively quickly. So we do have a shorter season this season. So
we do, yeah. And I'm at 18% capture rate right now, and I'm at 25.
Okay. Are you? What did you get? Did you get a full 80 last season?
I get 76.
76. All right. Are you gonna try for 80 again? It's a truncated season, so
no. Even at 25, I feel like I'm doing pretty good, right? So we are 7 days in, so I figure that I will probably get up to 60, 65-ish. Seems reasonable.
60, 65-ish sounds about right. Yep. All right. What's going on, Vilson? Good to see you around. Mir Dampier is extremely strong.
I have not used that.
I haven't used them either.
Yeah, I need to look at that.
I mean, I like Life Leech, but Life Leech on a range monster just doesn't excite me in the same way that Life Leech on a magic monster does.
Yeah.
Blast is.
But you know what? I will definitely take advice from a fellow player. So it might be something that I have to at least max out a copy of, right?
We're just sleeping on it. It's 1:30 in the morning for you.
Hey, Justin.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us that late. Paid in SPS. What are you talking about?
Let's see. Ian said, especially for a blast match, paid in. It might be 2 different questions.
Yeah, it might be 2 different things. Okay. Naked HD appears to be the leader of the bots.
Nice.
I mean, if Naked HD got into Splinterlands, they could probably make way more money than trying to spam my channel.
Yeah, well, that remains to be seen. We don't really know now, do we? He's here for a reason.
Oh man. So they were going for less than the CL Go for Legendaries cost now. All rare untamed summoners were 25.
Oh yeah, that I remember
each. Yeah. Wow. So do you think we're going to get down to 25-cent summoners?
We could. I mean, it's not far. We're not far off now. But for the rare ones, but here's the thing, right? They were so cheap that I never even thought to max them out because I had other summoners, right? Yeah. My attitude was, why would I buy a what was the one? Let's see. I'll tell you exactly. Wizard of Eastwood. Okay. I had a level. I was like, I'm not maxed soon as the legendaries come out. That's what happened last time, right?
Interesting.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, we're probably not
right
that
there.
far away from it.
Right. And even look at the
So
price of Sloan, right? Sloan is probably the cheapest out of all of them. I'm not looking at, well, I could look. So Sloan is $1.63.
$1.63.
Right.
Hey, okay. So I think I'm having some issues with my internet.
Okay. You seem
So
fine.
because like the thing will keep like flashing and I'll lose you
Ah,
guys for a second. Some people are saying that stream froze for a bit. I just maxed out my Zyvax for basic and no magic real fast.
Zyvax is
Smart.
awesome.
I do like Zyvax, and I think I'm gonna max mine out now, just because it's so cheap.
Right. But I mean, but when you look at what it does though, right? For all
Yeah,
those Lomacron battles, and it's
it's
just
it beat Llama Golem for me in a game, and I was just like,
yeah,
oh, this is perfect. Yep.
yep, yep.
It's a water monster. Yeah, that's the thing with Murder Pier. It's just like if I'm gonna play Kelia, I want to play some melee monsters. So I get that, but I think it could be good, especially if I want to play water, and it's like a no melee game.
So that's interesting. So why do you think? So looking at Kelia, right? Why do you think that it's only melee? Melee.
Why do I think that it's only melee for
Mhm.
Kelia? Oh, I'm just gonna say, I'm just saying, if I play Kelia, I'm
Yeah.
always gonna look at that trinity of Demon Shark. Like
Oh, of
that'll
course. Yeah, yeah.
always be my preferred one to play, right? And I'll probably like I want to play that trinity along with what's his name, the dude that has Resurrect, River Hellendale.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay.
so it's just like that combo to me is always fun. So I'll play those four, and then I'll usually play the Taunt Dude, Wave Brood, and
Yep.
then it'll either be a combination. Depending on the situation, I'll either go for speed and I'll throw in Supply Runner, or I'll throw in
The
I'll
healer.
throw in. No, I don't even throw. I go all offense with that team.
Wow.
So I rarely throw in the healer. So my 6th card out of that team will rotate, and if I want speed, it's going to be Supply Runner. If I want sneak attack, I'll throw in Pelacor Bandit. And then if it's a melee mayhem or some kind of like opportunity, I will throw in who's the other dude? Demented Shark. And so therefore I'm getting +2 melee to everybody.
Yep. Or you could throw in what's the other one? Hold on. Give me a second. That looks weird. Oh, because I'm not looking at the right one. You could throw in the other shark. I'm sorry, Deep Lurker.
Yeah, Deep Lurker's good.
Deep Lurker is
Sorry,
awesome.
that's what I meant by the trinity or the
Oh,
trio.
yeah, gotcha.
So is it Flying Squid, Demon Shark, and then Deep Lurker? Oh, Deep Lurker is just so good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, do you consider Dr. Blight part of the offense?
No, so in my water teams, if it's like a higher mana game, I don't play him.
Yeah.
And I'm usually able to get more wins often than not, just going with a fast and heavy team.
So you out heal their healing if they have it. I mean, you out damage their healing.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I mean, Demon Shark would trample, and then Enrage just murders everybody. And then what I like is so because I'm playing in gold mostly, but even in diamond, you get the added benefit. So what's his name? Wave Brood. So Wave Brood has Void, so it helps with any magic attacks that are going in the back with taunt. And then in diamond you get that return fire. So having Wave Brood take all the hits, and then having Wave Brood get resurrected, so that he's going to take at least 1 or 2 more hits as well. Because sometimes with Kelly you get that armor back, so sometimes it's going to take them 2 hits. It just like that just buys so much extra time.
Yep.
Yeah, I really like that team. So Murder Fear is especially useful. Armored Up, Divine Shield. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, it's for 4 mana, and it does 3 at max 3 damage. You're going to get some life back, and you're going to cripple the life of whoever you hit.
Yeah.
And it has the net.
And you cripple even if you hit Shield or Divine Shield, I think. Armor or Divine Shield, which is good too.
Yeah, you do.
So that's good. Are you going to try and push Champ this season with the expectation that Modern will be easier? Wait, did you make it into Champ last night? No? You'll get there.
It's brutal, man.
I know. I mean, I am going to try to push for Champ at some point. I need to wait until I get a Dragon focus, and then I'm going to rent me a kitty and just spam my way to the top.
So here's the thing, right? And I use Kitty, right? But
Hmm.
it's so competitive, and I see everyone's having the same problem, right?
Okay.
So even people that beat me, I'll go back and look at their wins, or look at their battles, and it's win win lose lose lose, win win lose lose lose.
Yeah.
Like everybody's having the same problem. It might get better with Modern and Wild. Maybe that's why they're rushing to get it done, right?
Yeah. That's
So
true.
I don't know that I would be more competitive in Modern or at all. I don't know.
Well, okay. I was gonna say also keep in mind that this is a truncated season or like a shorter. Yeah. So
Yeah,
like technically within a 15-day season, we're still in the first third of the
yes,
season, right? Like we're in the first 5 days. So I feel like the competition is still very stiff. I don't think that I'd be able to pull off spamming Kitty now. I would have to spam
no,
Kitty like in the back half of the season. And
yes,
like at that point, then I'll be running through whatever bots or alt accounts that are, kind of filling up. So
yeah, and
I
that's
won't be able to do
exactly
it today or tomorrow, but soon.
that's exactly what's happening with me, right? So the people that I'm playing now have Kitty themselves, they have Yoda themselves,
Yeah.
and if your placement is not perfect, then you will usually get
Yeah, that's true.
destroyed.
I didn't know it had cripple. I'll look into that more now. Yeah, it's a good card. Stream
Yep.
stop running. Yeah, sorry guys. I don't know if something's going on with my internet, but the bot you can put the chat to only subs. The chat is actually only subs. So just because I was dealing with that early on, but now I guess I'm having people that are subbing just for that, and then I block them right away.
Yep.
All right, so I use Gargoyle Devil in every Earthquake. Pretty underrated. I
Yeah,
do like
that's a good
Gargoyle
card.
Devil.
Yeah, it's a
The
good card.
Death Blow is great for me, especially against a Llama Kron or Llama Golem. Working now. Guys, can I hear
That's one that
opinion?
I don't have maxed out, so maybe I'll go ahead and get that maxed
Oh, you
out.
don't have a Gargoyle Devil maxed out? Oh, you should. What's your opinion on Splinter Mate? I've never even heard of Splinter Mate.
What is that?
I don't
Is
know.
that the thing that they're trying to do the naked porno?
Oh, Splinter Mate is your dating app within the Splinterlands. So
Let's do it.
I have
I'm
no
down for
idea.
that.
Biggest lesson I took from Untamed: don't stop buying a card that you highly value. When you get it to the level you want, buy more to sell next year.
Yes. So
Ooh,
so I agree
okay.
with that. My rule for buying anything that's collectible, you buy one for yourself, you buy one to trade, and you buy one to sell.
What do you mean by trade? Just
Trade.
like
So if
literally like
you and
give
I, if
some.
you had a card that I wanted, I'll say, hey, I'll trade you whatever for that card. And you might say, sure, I got an extra.
Okay.
Yeah, and we already know the value because they have DEC values associated with it.
True. All right, fair enough. First time under 55% win ratio. Heck,
Yeah,
under 50.
it's about right.
Yeah, let's not even talk about my win ratio. I think I'm barely pushing like 30,
Which
33%.
so here's the thing, right? Do we consider competition good or not good? Right? Like I enjoy being challenged. Right? I don't I mean yeah, my win rate is down, but I know that other players are equally excited and they're playing.
Hmm.
What if were winning every single bet? Oh, that would be kind of nice.
It'd be
There
nice.
we go.
I'm telling you, dude, that run up in gold and then in diamond all the way to champ was it was probably not good for stroking my ego too much.
Yeah.
But I mean I agree with you. I don't like the game would lose a certain level of like this isn't a word but funness, right? If it's just like every time I go and I'm just slapping down opponents,
Yep.
right? Because like I will go and do that. So we were talking about like Lamacron and Bronze. Like I go and do that because I want to get a good laugh and I just want to see like me tearing apart everybody. But it gets
Yep.
old really fast, and then I'm just like, all right, let's just get to silver,
Yeah.
and then I make my way to
Exactly.
silver.
You get it. Yep.
So I had 0 extra BCX because I would sell it to level up a different card. Not this time. There you go. Keep all the extra BCX. Splintermate is a different bot. Okay. Guess we'll check it out. Is this like a card playing bot or is this something else? My Archmage bot is just chilling in gold 1 with mostly CL cards.
That's awesome.
I want to see how this Archmage thing works out. Not that I'm planning on getting one, but
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do it. It's just maybe after I get to champion on my own, and maybe I'll switch over to the alts and just see what happens there. Right. I don't
yeah.
even have time to play the alts now. So which I know I could probably be more efficient with that, but like I said, I have other games I'm playing now too, so I need to spread the love around.
Yeah, I think I haven't. I think I'm actually going to stream on Twitch today and play some Fortnite because I haven't done that in
What?
forever. I know, I know. Well, actually, no, I have some work I need to do, but after that, it'll be fun. But
My
it's just,
my kids, you would say that I was embarrassing to play with.
I mean, I suck at the game. I suck at any shooters, but I still love playing them.
Yeah.
Although that Dune Spice Wars looks interesting. So
Yeah, it was good. So I won my first game 2 nights ago, 3 o'clock in the morning.
ooh,
I finally won, and I crawled into bed. So yeah.
man, part of me wants to just go and like play more StarCraft.
Oh, yeah, I would totally be down for StarCraft. So I played StarCraft 2,
Hmm.
only co-op though. So I don't play typically against other people.
Co-op, as in like, is there a co-op option? Oh, so if we do like a multiplayer, we just play against bots.
No, so there are scenarios, right? So they have in the co-op, they give you some of the main characters, right?
Hmm.
So Raynor, Zeratul, and all those guys. They give you a scenario that you have to work collectively to overcome. So
Okay.
sometimes it's a defense, sometimes it's an attack, sometimes all different types of things, and they're very cool. And you can level up those main characters again, different abilities. So super cool,
Yeah, I see.
like really cool.
The fact that you like when you said those names, Raynor, Zeratul, was it Kerrigan? Wasn't she one of them
Arrogant,
too?
yep. Arrogant's in there. Yep, she's in there.
That's
Queen of
exactly
Blades.
that's exactly what I'm talking about with like IP, right? I played
Yeah,
this game decades ago, literally decades ago. But you bring that up and it's just like, oh, like I remember them and I
yeah,
remember the storyline
yeah,
and like
yeah.
that's what I'm excited for what where Splinterlands can go. Because
Yes,
in
I agree.
10 years, or hopefully not 10 years, but for somebody to be like, oh man, yeah, I remember that campaign mode where you had to beat Queen Mycelia and something. You know
Yes,
what I mean? Like
yeah,
that stuff would be really cool.
yeah. I think so too.
All right, let's go. I think we can start to wrap up here.
Mhm.
And just go through the rest of the questions. Why is Murd up here and the rest of the commons and rare cards jank it? I don't think that's what you meant to say. The low levels, the only desirable cards are Countess and Jared. I wouldn't say that. Dampier Infiltrator, I think, is probably going to be the best of the new rewards cards in terms of one that gets the most usage. Steve made a video about Splintermate. Check it out. All right. Thank you. We'll do. Guys, I had to run to work right after you answered my question. I brought up that my girlfriend is working through bronze. Thanks for offering to help out. Her IGN is Regal Angelfish. Oh, well, there you
Just
go.
having cards now.
All right. Well, good luck to your girlfriend. And hope she makes it out of bronze very quickly. Bloodmakers go with Yodin. Oh, see,
Yes, very much
Clevin
so.
knows what's up. That's the strategy that Darkestnyte's been using.
Yeah, I love it.
I actually am addicted to using the common and rare rewards. All the Pellicors and Venaris. Same here. They're all very good, except for Heatsmith. But you know, actually, I don't use Seedsmith very much either. But I don't have a Renin, and I'm sure he's really good with Renin.
So I sent Regal Angelfish Lamacron.
There you go,
We'll see
Lamacron.
how that goes.
Are y'all staying at the Luxor?
Yeah.
That is the plan right now. I'm not booked, but that is the plan. It seems like that's where everything's going to be happening. So,
Yep. And I want
although
to stay in a pyramid, so yes.
I have actually always wanted to stay there.
Yeah.
It's every time I go to Vegas, I'm just like, oh, I wonder what the rooms in there are like. So now, a good reason. Still feel like my prediction of Wrath dropping on season end. Is it still too soon?
It's possible.
It's possible. 7 days. This isn't going up as fast as I thought it would. I thought we would be like exponentially increasing.
Not yet.
But yeah.
So we're close, right? So let DC drop a little bit more. And when we get to 95, 90%, I mean, who knows? The team could decide that they want to buy 100,000 just to get it out there, right? They can do whatever they want.
Does your airdrop SPS automatically claim itself sometimes?
No.
Oh.
Well, okay. So when you stake, it does, right? I think it clears out your rewards and then it allows you to stake it all.
Gotcha. All right. I don't know. Mine sometimes randomly claims. All right. Clevin, that's true, but not many people have a Yodin. Yeah, exactly. What is it? 1,700 people only have Yodin.
Yeah, but all those people are playing in the higher levels, right? So we're all concentrated up there.
Darkestnyte, should we try to set up something for this weekend? I don't know why I'm asking you this on stream. Yeah, like tournament or something. I know we mentioned Sunday, but then the end of the last week got a little crazy for me.
Yes, I have nothing to do except game this weekend, so yes, that will be good.
All right, I'm gonna see if we can set set something up for roughly around this time. I'll make a video once it's actually up and running. But yeah, we'll talk about more later, Darkestnyte. But we want to do more esports stuff.
Yes, we have a big idea for that one, so we'll have to.
That's
working on
that's what I was trying to get at. So because people were talking about like coming on the channel and all that. So we want to see who's the best player. Like, okay, here's one thing, and you kind of brought this to my attention, Darkestnyte. We can close on this, but it's just like there's been $6 million paid out in tournament rewards in a game that still now probably only has maybe 20 to 30,000 real players in it. So who's winning the $6 million? Because I haven't gotten a chunk of it. So I have to assume that it's going to certain people. And I don't know. I have theories and conspiracy theories, but I don't know why, if you've won this much from the game, you wouldn't want to be a celebrity. Why don't you want to be the Michael Jordan of the game? Unless you're trying to hide in the shadows.
Well, that's the thing, right? If your competition is with people that you know, right, your buddies, right, you keep it to yourself. And so let's say everybody in this stream was in a tournament where there was a $10,000 prize and it was just us and there was no hype around it. Wouldn't you want to keep that quiet?
You wouldn't want to tell anybody else.
You would not want to introduce additional competition.
Yeah.
Where there wasn't any before.
So yeah, I think that there's, at least the way that it's designed right now, is a little counterintuitive to what esports should traditionally be doing, right? Like we want, and this is all like a raw idea, but like I think it'd be great to create some celebrities within Splinterlands, and not like content creators. I'm talking about like people who are good at the game and have the talent and strategy, and just highlight the people who are actually like good at the game.
Well, so here's the thing, right? It's easy to resolve, right? Is when people play tournaments, we have no idea who's won and what their placement was or what the rewards were that they earned. Just have a tournament leaderboard, right? And we can go check it and see, hey, here's the #1 player. Here's how many tournaments they played in, and here's their winnings. When you start to see information like that, then everyone's gonna is gonna want to do it, right? If someone has won $20,000 this week in tournament rewards, right? Yeah, we got $6 million.
$6 million.
$17,000 in upcoming tournaments alone. Like, we should be all over this, right?
This game has been around for 4 years, and even though I would say most of the tournament stuff has been paid out probably just in the past year with SPS, but even if you were to come to split it evenly over the last 4 years, that means this on average is paying out $1.5 million in tournament money every single year. Like that's a lot for a game of this size.
Right. And
so who's winning that? Who's winning it?
People over and over and over again.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
Oh well.
So yeah, and if you look at some of these, right, there's $1,000 tomorrow, right? It's a gold. So I don't have any gold cards, but maybe I should. Gold, silver cards, right? So it's not even gold high level.
Are you playing in more tournaments now? I know that's focused.
I started, but its schedule is a problem, right? Like if I had more time, then yes, I would probably play in tournaments all the time. And then also the SPS staking requirements are pretty high for some of the good ones. So.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Last couple of comments here. Daily packs and packs given during the season end contribute to that. So keep in mind. That's true. Actually, so season end will play a big role. If we don't hit it by season end will definitely help. What's the normal range of room pricing in Vegas?
It depends. They're about $400 a night.
Okay. I mean, there's definitely cheaper options. Yeah. And I think they give two options. They give Luxor, and I think they give like a days in for like the more budget friendly option. It's probably between Gank, Schnapoon, and Yui.
Tournaments, yeah.
Really? Okay.
No. I mean, I'm sure he's joking, right? So, but those are the people that are always winning the
tournaments. Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Like, Gank's really good.
The one winning the tourney is Chatter. That's why he can't. I don't know.
Man, I really don't. Like
I know. You really don't like Chatter. I think Chatter has the most difficult job right now. I don't know how you market in a bear market. Like it's super tough. And like the expectations on him from the community are so wild.
I would
uh,
say that we should support whatever initiative he has, right? That's why I was disappointed about the marketing around like uh, what is it, the Waka, right? That should
mm,
have been a win for the community, even
yeah.
though there was a lot for people to be pissed about. I think that people should have understood what it really was about, what it was trying to do, and they should have supported it.
I have a question for you. I
Mhm.
Was Waka too exclusive?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it
Like
was.
I felt like most people in the community felt a little salty about that because it was
Oh
just
yeah.
completely out of their reach.
Yeah, and rightfully so, right? So I think if I could have recommended something different, I would have not done a max version of that card. It should have been broken out.
So what that would have been, that could have been maybe like 10 or 11,000 copies single
Yeah,
BCX, so
yeah.
that people had the option to play at the lowest levels. You're right.
But
I mean,
but in terms of past history, it's consistent with what? Well, is it consistent? Right? Has there ever been a max summoner that's ever been put out before? No, I don't think there has been. Oh yes, yes there was. Archmage Arius is a max. Yeah.
yeah, that's for sure. JSKW does a post detailing weekly tournament winnings on Peak D. Ooh, I'll have to check that out. I know
Oh,
he's one
there
of
you
the
go.
top players.
Oh, you know what? I did see that. So maybe we should review that at some point in the next live stream, right? Let's go through it and see.
That's a good idea. Okay.
Yep.
Because I know he's usually like in the leaderboards for champion, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Clove ran a tourney for so long. Well, she runs her own tournaments. Oh, I think we're talking about the
The
Splinterlands.
Friday night one, yeah, that one is
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah.
Like
Hers are great though.
yeah, I joined that one not for the competition, but because it's fun. It feels like I'm at a party, right? So
Mm-hmm. Wait, I got 4 queens for 9 nights for $900. That sounds very cheap. You're paying
wait,
$100 a
four
night?
queens for 9 nights. So that's great. So I'm gonna do a suite, right? So that's kind of why where my $400 comes from.
Mm. I need to check and see what. I think I'm going to try and book this week. So
Yeah, I am too.
I need more Scavo Canis want to trade for some bandits. I'll never get out of here. Check for hotels with no resort fees. Oh, they're much cheaper. Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, that's probably that's probably why you're able to get a good deal. Unfortunately, I believe Luxor is going to charge a resort fee. All right, bring Chatter on the show. I mean, I'll ask him if he
It's
wants
gotta be
to.
nice.
Yeah, you'll talk to him, right? Darkestnyte.
Of course.
We
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? If you're going to bring somebody on, I'd rather talk to Nate, right, and talk about lore, right? Like
That's
I
fair.
mean, I mean, Chatter has a good job, right? And all people are going to do is just ask him, hey, what are you doing about bringing new? Like we already know the question, right? You can send him the question, right? Say, hey,
Yeah,
my guy. But I want to, me personally, if we're going to bring somebody on, I would like to talk about that stuff, the creative stuff.
that's fair. All right. Yeah, I
But,
never.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, but I understand why he'd want him to come on, right? To be held accountable to the kind of what's going on. But I don't think that it's Chatter's fault.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Okay. Like, if Chatter ever listens, it's like I'm not trying to like bring him on to grill him.
Yeah,
I'm more curious as to like what's the overall strategy, because the thing is, in the town halls we get a sound bite,
yeah,
right? For like, this is what we're working on. And to be fair to the people who are frustrated, it's the thing is like it's very vanilla, right? It's just like, yep,
yeah,
these are just starting out, these are doing well, and it's like, all right, well, like you're in a field where numbers like matter,
yeah,
right? So metrics matter. And so whenever like you can give anything that's like numerically based, I
yeah.
think that would be preferred. But it's more so I'm just curious as like what's the long-term strategy here, because my theory, and I've said this before, is that I don't think that Google ads and Facebook ads are going to be what takes us to the next
Not right
level.
now. Yeah, not
Yeah,
right
it at least not in a bear market. But the onboarding of guilds, which is something that we know he's traveling to do,
now. Yeah,
is huge. And so if we bring on, like, here's the thing: if we bring on a guild that has 10,000 people, which I don't know if 10,000 seems like a lot or a little. To me, it seems like very
it's about
little, or our average. That could essentially double our, not double, but like that could increase our
yeah.
real player base by 30 to 50%. So
I would be, as again, I know why Team Phoenix Rising wants them to come out. I get it. Me personally, I'm not a fan of when people are going through difficulty to kind of question them in a public forum. Again, I've been there myself. It sucks.
yeah,
But I would say the the request is valid, right? There's information that the community wants about what's happening around these things, and that should be a focus, I think, of the town halls, right? Give more
mhm,
information and give more details, less vanilla, and just be open and honest about what it is, right? And again, some people will find value in that content, some people won't. Some people won't care, right?
yeah,
I'm a player, right? So as long as when I hit that battle button, I get a new battle within 15, 20, 30 seconds, I'm good. Because I remember a time when that didn't happen, right? Where you had to wait 2 minutes and sometimes get a timeout. So just like we
true,
do on
yeah.
the QA server, right? So for me, my experience is it's great, right? I don't need a whole lot of new players, right? I'm not
You
an
have someone to
investor,
play with all the time. Yeah,
right? Yeah. So,
that's true.
but I understand why, right? And it's still very valid content for some people.
Yeah. No, again, I'm like I said, I'm more interested in like what the overall or broader strategy is from not even like a marketing, but like a branding strategy, right? Like how, like how is Splinterlands trying to position itself,
Yeah.
and like what are the things that they're doing? Because again, I look at Waka, and I, like everybody else, like I I I don't think Waka was very successful, but I also view Waka as a a building block,
Yes.
right?
Absolutely.
Like it's you're judging something, you're judging like a journey by its first step, which is small but proves that you can move forward. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
I think, like for example, I would have expected by now we would have had the Imagine Dragons promo card,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I was hoping we'd
A
have
card, man.
something. I was hoping we'd have something else, but it sucks, because their first promo card was underwhelming,
Yeah,
and then they essentially struck out on the second one because, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
like, you can blame it on this athlete not having, not having their things together or having some controversy,
yeah,
but honestly, it's like at the end of the day, Splinterlands needs to take a little responsibility of not doing a good job vetting them, right? Like,
yep.
and that's it's totally maybe even unfair to say that to the Splinterlands team, but at the end of the day, like, there is some responsibility there. So, it's like, okay, well, at the end of the day, that's how the community is going to see it.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, when we do get a third one, and I think if we get one every quarter, roughly, then there will be some kind of movement forward. People will be happy with it.
So I'm going to go the opposite, and I'm going to say you always miss the swings you don't take. I know it sounds like an old man
No,
cliche.
that's a Jordan quote, isn't it? Michael
Yes.
Jordan.
And so I got to give him credit, right? And only because I won on the whole Waka thing, right? So, but that wasn't the plan, right? I didn't plan on having that happen. So I would say I would like them to keep doing what they're doing, right? But just listen to the feedback of the community, and I'll finally admit it. This is the first stream I'll admit it. Waka is a very difficult card to play with. It does not guarantee a win.
No.
And if I really, I mean, again, there's too few cards out there now to make a difference, but I think they should retool it, right, to make it much more desirable. Right, it's just not like poison is great, but
Yeah.
with the amount of poison rule set matches I play, it's completely redundant.
Oh yeah. Anytime you get a poison rule set, it's
It's
like, well,
always there. Yeah.
why would you play him? So
Yes, you wouldn't. And and poison and the one with now the falling, the earthquake one. Like I see those rule sets the most out of any of them. And
yeah.
maybe that's because it's chaos, right? Chaos Legion. They are very chaotic. And a pain in the butt. So, but I think that that one card should be retooled, and they should combine rarity with desirability, right? That they make you more competitive. And just Waka just never did that, right? Again,
Yeah.
I can win with it, but it's no guarantee at all.
Yeah. It feels very situational, like
Yeah.
equalizer rule sets and things like that.
Mhm.
So it's a good specialist card, but it's not. it's not overpowered the way I think many people were expecting it to be.
Yeah.
And so therefore, the money that people paid initially, I think many will look at it and say it wasn't necessarily worth it.
So
But
I
that's
still think it was a good. I mean, and from an investment standpoint, I still think it's a great one. We're in a bear market right now, so everything is everything is down, right?
Yeah.
But a year from now, it'll be like Archmage Arius, right? It'll be one of those cards very few people have. The gold one, I think the gold one has like 36 copies that are out there. So
yeah, it's not that many.
Yeah, let me see. Here we go. 34. There are only 34 cards that are in existence for that card. Right? So that's less than, well, there are only 3 of the gold Archmage Ariuses, but still, that's a phenomenal, card. Regardless of how competitive it is, it's just super rare.
Nope, that's true. All right, cool. Let's go ahead. I think we're good here. I think we should all buy Splintertools shirts and just wear them at the mall every day. Same shirt, never wash it. Well, people will definitely smell you, that's for sure. Yeah, I didn't get a plushie. If we got LeBron James, this game would be on another level. So Waka was a flop because the only people who could get it were OG Splinterlands players and not Waka's fans. I mean, Waka's fans could have bought it on Wax, but I don't think anybody wanted to buy it on Wax.
Not for $7,000.
Yeah.
Right, or no.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to retool it at this point. You can put in a proposal, SPS proposal, when we have governance.
But then who would help out with that, right? Nobody would want it to be more aggressive. I saw one proposal to give it a +1 melee. That would be awesome.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. But I think it's poison that should be retooled, not the Waka card. Okay. I think it should be spread with blast.
Poison and blast?
I thought that was how the card was going to be.
Oh man, that would be okay. That would be your mini Yoden then. I think that would be too overpowered.
That was my point.
That's the goal. Luthion's here. Luthien, we're just about to sign off, but it's good to see you here. Ventura's here as well. I don't know who Waka is. I just bought it in the pre-sale as a gamble, hoping that you get a gold foil.
Yep.
All right. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. I did get the gold and totally did not expect it. It wasn't even on my radar. It
was definitely worth it for you because of the gold, and I'm glad you got it. You deserve it.
I was hyped on it from the very beginning, right? So yeah.
All right, man. Any final thoughts as we go through the end of this?
That was it.
Cool. All right, guys. Oh shoot, we never did any giveaways.
Let's do it real quick.
All right, we'll do a couple packs. All right. If you have not typed in the chat, go ahead and.
Ooh, I want to type
something in. Let's see. We'll do 2 packs. Oops. That's not
Am I eligible to win?
You are eligible to win.
Okay. Hold on.
What am I looking for?
Lunchtime, man.
I know. I'm hungry. Let's do it. Do a Waka giveaway in the spirit of our conversation. I know, I'm hungry. Oh, I can hear myself.
I turned it off. Now, you can make me a mod next time. I'll come on this one. Then I can get rid of the spammer.
I thought I was doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, you were.
I mean, not that I don't want the help, but it's all right. Let me get the wheel thing up and running here, and I will grab everybody's names.
Wheel of names. Maybe next time we can do maybe the marble game. We got to do that.
Oh, the marbles?
Yeah, I like that.
I downloaded it, but it's on this computer.
Or Stream Raiders, any of those.
Ooh, Stream Raiders.
Yeah, I have a couple of good characters on Stream Raiders.
All right, come on, Wheel of Fortune, let's go. Who do y'all think Splintertools could do a collab with that would best spread the name? Doesn't have to be an individual, it could be a whole company.
So I thought they did a great job with Imagine Dragons. I thought that was perfect, right? Dragons, the music kind of fits.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty good. But they need to do more with it, right? Like a 30-second clip at the beginning of their concerts is just not enough.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where it didn't feel like a collaboration. It felt like we were advertising at their concert.
Yep. Yep.
Which
And here's the thing, right? Given the fear index, right, people are not going to view crypto positively right
yeah. I don't know. I would want something that's more of a collaboration, like somebody. I don't know who the highest profile person that plays this game is, but if you found someone like along those lines, that'd be kind of cool.
now. Yeah. They should have a button that says automatically remove blank.
I know, it's so annoying. I mean, I could just skip this. All right, that's fine. We're almost there.
Yeah, we're almost.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right,
But
cool.
using a free tool, so you get what you get.
It is a free tool. So thank you, WeLiveNames.com. All right, first winner of a pack is
Carl.
Carl. Congratulations, Carl. Throw your IGN into the chat, and I will send you a pack. We got one more. Best of luck. Ooh, Mr. Beast would be a good collab. But I feel like that dude is like doing a million different things at once. Oh, Darkestnyte, you were so close.
Oh, I know.
Daniel Kelleher. All right, throw your IGNs in, guys. I'm gonna send you both a pack right now.
I saw that, Alex. I would actually do that, actually. So I've so I used to do. I'm in IT, right? And so we go to technology shows all the time. I would totally do that.
What would you do? What did he say?
Oh, he's recommending
sports
going
card show.
and setting up a table with some laptops and just showing people the game as they, when we're at Splinterfest. I would totally do that.
95. All right. So, Carl, yours has been sent. Daniel, throwing your IGN. What was it London 420? All right, cool. All right, Darkestnyte. This was fun, man.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you so much for hanging with us. I cannot believe we did 3 hours today. That was not expected.
Crazy. Well, in 15 seconds.
So I will say that 3.5 hours ago, 3.5 hours ago, I was planning to come on and do a very short stream by myself. And then Darkestnyte called me. He's like, "Hey, are you streaming today?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, well, let's just chat on stream." And now here we are, 3 hours later. But it was, as always, it was such a pleasure spending time with you guys. So have a great rest of your day. Have a good second half of the season. I'll be back live on Thursday, and maybe we can get Godzilla on, because I haven't chatted with him in a minute.
Awesome.
And I know he usually does Thursdays, so hopefully we can get him on. All right, guys, take care.
Take care, guys.